Oh yeah, she's at the gym training, so I imagine we're just in her headphones and she's just listening. Oh,
But
she said
yeah,
she'll
I
be
mean,
right back.
You
yeah.
don't mind if I answer the prompt at all?
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
you guys can talk about that.
I don't think there's a god. I think it's just
Cool, man.
people's interpretation.
Do you
So what's the argument for that?
I think it's just based on belief, and people basically want to believe in something, and if it's based off, like, I guess, guidance and well-being, they need something to believe in, so they created a god in their own belief to make basically people align. So,
the only reason I'm a Christian is because of my name, bro. If you look at my
yeah,
name,
fair enough.
JC Rose.
Okay, cool.
I think JC Rose, bro.
All right. Well, more power
Because
to you.
yeah, because people said that he did. They said that they saw him risen. Many people shortly after the crucifixion. So it's a little coincidental.
Yeah, but there's all different types of scriptures that basically say one thing and basically do another. So what is
No, I mean
true
it
and what
is
isn't?
I get where you're coming from, but like there is a consensus that the disciples and James and Paul claim to have seen Jesus.
Okay. Well, that's a claim. Doesn't mean it's reality, right? We all have
Yeah,
our own
that's
perception.
up to
Doesn't
you to
make it
come up to
reality.
what like your conclusion about that, right? Like they claimed it. There's evidence for that. We have letters from the mid first century substantiating this from someone who knew the brother of Christ and his
Hmm.
disciples, saying that Jesus appeared to them. So it's up to you, man.
Do you think perception is reality?
And what's your definition on reality?
Well, it's not based on perception. So basically, if a group of collective people say that, believe us, this is true, that's not really reality, is it?
You said what? I got a call.
I'm just saying that a group of collective people saying that, believe us, this is reality because we say it so and we've seen it, doesn't make it reality, does it?
Do you think they were lying or convinced? And all and
I wouldn't
what do
say
you
they were
think?
lying. I wouldn't say they were lying. I think they needed something to believe in because of those particular time periods that were pretty terrible. And like I said before, like a few minutes ago, like they need guidance. So they need something to believe in. And what's the best scenario to make I guess, non-realistic individual come into
Well, that
people's
just like
lives?
it just seems to me that you're saying they're making stuff up. I mean, I
Well,
think
people
that's
make
akin
up
to
stuff
them
up all the
lying.
time, correct?
Yeah, I know, but like you're saying they're not lying, but I feel like what you're saying is kind of like
He's kind of
inferring that.
assuming that
Yeah.
believing in a God is better or better off for humans, which I could just say that believing in no God is better off for me because I get no consequences and I can do whatever I want.
Hey, Slurms.
Well,
Slurm!
yeah, because basically it's not harming anyone, but at the same time, it's like saying like the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus is real, right?
Well, you have no basis for harming or like what is harming and what is beneficial in a naturalistic viewpoint.
Well, like I said, like people needed something to believe in to basically align each other in regards to doing good, and what's the better way to basically do good than create an individual that's not realistic? So
It sounds to me like you're begging the question there.
no, not
Just
really. I'm
responded
just
to
saying
that.
that's like, I'm just saying that God and Jesus and all that stuff's not real because a group of collective people, even though they put it in scriptures and it's usually men that do this, is make people believe in something that's not really truly realistic, like the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and among other things. So if people want to believe in that, all power to them, but unfortunately, it's not realistic because there's no
Do you think
different.
do you think it's a good faith comparison to compare the historical texts that reference Jesus to the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus?
I think it's really aligns with it, truly because a lot of people, I
Well, my
guess,
question was, do you think that's good faith? Do you think that's a comparison being made in good faith?
I think it's not a very good. I think it's not very good faith to basically make people believe in something that's not really realistic.
Well, that's a dodge to the question I asked again.
No, it's not. It's
I'm
actually
asking you if you making that comparison, is that a good
not
faith
making that
comparison?
comparison.
Well, you've done it several times.
Yeah, I think it's a very good comparison because at the end of the day, like, it's based off a belief of a group of collective of people believing in something that's not really realistic.
I haven't got a clear answer to my question, so
Okay, well
I'll take that as a concession. You can go ahead with them.
Okay, all right, that more power to you.
I would. Slurms is so good at that. I would just say, look, dude. I think there's good reason to believe that they actually believed that they had seen Jesus risen bodily, right? Like, I think there's actually like a reasonable person, given what we understand, even in the scholarship. There are, atheist scholars, Jewish scholars, Christian scholars, all kind of in agreement here that these people were sincere when they said that they saw Jesus. And so I think a reasonable person definitely can come to the conclusion that they believe they saw Jesus after the crucifixion. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Would that be reasonable if somebody doesn't believe in a god or the supernatural to look at ancient texts of someone, mostly anonymous authors, writing down that what they believe to be true about Jesus rising from the dead or seeing Jesus?
I mean, you can say anonymous authors, but I don't appeal to the Gospels here. I appeal to non-anonymous texts. And
so we have firsthand accounts.
The point?
We have firsthand accounts of people saying they saw Jesus.
Well, yeah, we have Paul.
Paul wrote down he himself, first person, saw Jesus.
Yeah, he did.
Where is that?
1 Corinthians chapter 15. He says that Jesus appeared to me. Yeah, it's
all right. I'll look into that. I might be wrong on that one, but either way, for extraordinary claims, like I don't even accept.
All right. I'll look it up. All right. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's fair. Sean's not like he doesn't care about the Bible much. I don't expect him to know that, but.
No, he was right to get on me for conceding that I might be wrong and saying that I'm willing to look it up. I apologize for that act of.
No, I appreciate that. You guys are being dicks.
I'm kidding.
I know you are, but yeah, J-Rob had to come in there. You guys are kind of being jerks, but
yeah, let's blame J-Rob.
Yeah, that's on J-Rob. That's on J-Rob.
Slurms made me do it, man.
But yeah, I mean, I think, like Paul wouldn't be mistaken that they claim to have seen Jesus, and I just don't assume that Paul is making stuff up left and right. Like, that's just kind of funny to me. It makes me laugh to think about that.
But we're basing on people's own perception in regards to thinking that it is reality, and it's like if we're ever going to, I guess, understand these texts, which is multitudes of different texts in regards to what God is and what God really looks like and so on and so forth. Everyone's interpretation of God is different. So the fact that like they all differ and what he did differed. What is God? What is Jesus? What is like this is what I mean. This is where it becomes dangerous, is that we're allowing all these individuals to basically make claims in regards to their own perception on reality. And we're saying, well, if these people, even though that there's different types of perceptions in regards to what God and Jesus is, but it must be true. Well, how can we make up that claim just because it's all written on a piece of paper? Let's be real here.
I get it, but you have to look at the context. You have to take these at a case-by-case basis. Just look at the context, the situation. The fact of the matter is they were in Jerusalem. Jesus was just crucified. And very shortly after, in the same location, they're proclaiming that they saw him risen, which is just absurd, right? That is a heinous lie if they are making that up. And so my point stands, like a reasonable person can come to the conclusion that these people were convinced they saw Jesus. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it was actually them seeing Jesus or them having a hallucination or dream, that's a different thing that we can talk about. But by me saying they saw Jesus, that's what I mean. It could be veridical or non-veridical, right? But they believe they saw Jesus, and again, a reasonable person can come to that. So,
but also too, when it comes to court, we all understand if the stories differ and they don't correlate with the actual reasoning and truth and reality, then it's not going to stick. So why are we allowing religion to basically slide on by when it comes to this?
Well, we don't have that, right? And the earliest sources that we have are very consistent, especially
No,
with
it's not.
especially with the main, like
There was no consistency with the religion.
main
you're
event.
saying.
When you say
there's no
religion,
consistency.
when you say religion, I don't know what you're referring to, but when we're talking about the
Jesus and God, correct?
yeah, when we're talking
on
about
the same topic.
yeah, when we're talking about the earliest sources, well, you just say religion, so I mean, like that's a general term. But when we're talking about the eyewitnesses of Jesus, right, we have a very consistent theme with each and every one of them that he was crucified, and shortly after his crucifixion, many people had these experiences that they seen Jesus risen from the grave. That's very consistent. Not one of our earliest accounts differ on that thing.
Okay. So you're basically picking one to know out of the multitudes of many of like the Old and New texts, and among other scriptures that everyone claimed to see Jesus.
What's the Old and New text?
A little bit confused here. Why you're just picking him being nailed to the cross as a good example of him being a real person?
That's the main, like that's what the whole Bible is about, basically.
No, not really. There's more to it than just that.
I mean, there's different stories, but it's all pointing towards this event.
I just don't understand how the person who invoked Santa Claus and such and the Easter Bunny finds it hard to believe that people could be sincerely convinced of something that's not real.
Because basically people create things to help them with reality in regards to soothing whatever.
But now you're moving to the other. What I'm saying is, isn't it mundane that even if we're in the not God world and Jesus didn't rise and they didn't actually see him, is it that far fetched to believe that they believed they saw a risen Jesus?
I think creating a perception in regards to thinking that there is a realistic person when there wasn't one, and making everyone believe in something and worship something that's not really wasn't reality. I think that's quite dangerous itself. It's like
not getting a clear answer to my question though.
What question are you looking for? Because it just seems like you're trying
to. Should I ask?
Yeah, go on.
Do you want me to ask it again?
Yeah, if you want to be in good faith, I can answer you. But if you're going to be like one of those people that
I would just assume if you were in good faith, you would answer any of my questions.
Yeah, I'm definitely am. I'm basically told you 3 times already.
Yeah, so as somebody, because you invoked Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, my question was, why is it so far fetched to believe that people could become sincerely convinced of something that wasn't necessarily true?
Because it's problematic.
What do you mean by that?
I totally see Slurm's point here. I mean, it's totally valid. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you're really engaging with what he's saying.
Yeah, you keep referring to people inventing a god. I've already rejected that, saying people can reject God.
Because I'm just saying that it's problematic.
Like I said, people can just reject God to escape any accountability at all or meaning and do whatever they want, and that's a good lifestyle for them. If there's no consequences, then they can do whatever they want.
And when you say it's problematic, in what way?
Because the fact that it negatively affects people, for example, when it comes to thinking that Santa Claus is real and they find out that he's not, it has negative side effects in regards to their coping mechanisms.
But that's not engaging with the critique. So I said, why is it not? Okay, you invoked. I got to drop the accent. You invoked as an example, right? Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, right? If we just think of that as just a general reference to people being believed something is true that isn't, no matter how absurd it is on the scale, right? From God to Easter Bunny, if we assume that there's no God, if we assume Jesus didn't actually rise from the dead, why is it so hard to believe from your perspective, in contrast to what historians would generally reach, that people in antiquity or whenever could become convinced of something being true, even if it isn't true, right? Like, what is hard to believe about someone being convinced that they saw the risen Jesus, especially somebody who's like mourning after Jesus was, crucified and all that? Why is it hard to believe that somebody could become convinced that they saw a risen Jesus, even if it wasn't the
I'm not
case?
saying, well, people can be easily convinced in multitudes of different ways in regards to a collective of individuals basically claiming that something is real when it really wasn't.
Well, no. But you're smuggling in the extra part again. I'm saying the people who are reporting it. I'm not saying that they're responding to being told something. You just keep running under this assumption that somebody told this person this.
How's it an assumption if it's not reality? How can you claim
How is that not begging the question? What?
How can you say that God is real based off a group of collective?
No, wait. I'm not. Wait. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that.
Bro, you are not tracking, bro.
I need you to put on your tracking goggles, right? So let's say. Well, no. Let's just stick with the Gospels, okay? Somebody becomes convinced that they saw the risen Jesus. Yeah, we agree. Why is that less probable? Like, what is unlikely about that to you?
Stop.
That even if I'm wrong,
please stop.
Even if I live in the not God world and Jesus did not rise from the dead, but I become convinced anyway because I'm a bit, silly. How is that unlikely under your worldview? Go ahead.
Okay, you okay, man? Like,
you're just not going to engage. Okay.
I mean,
it's just more the fact that, like, at the end of the day, you believe in what you believe in, but it's not reality. So,
well, that's the point. No, what?
Oh my
What
God.
the fuck? Am I insane?
Maybe I could try to ask the question. Although,
Who's speaking?
With a different accent, mate.
Who's
Let me
speaking?
give it a try. Oh, no, I'm stopping.
Don't worry,
do it.
Oh, it's Crypt.
That's not a Jamaican.
Crypt. Shut up, Crypt. I'm going to ask you a simple question, okay? Just shush. Let me ask you a simple question.
You're not going to talk over brother J-Rob? You're getting muted. Go ahead, J-Rob.
Fuck you, Slurms. All right, fine, J.
Oh, damn. So, Crip, if I'm understanding,
you just
muted
muted yourself.
J-Rob.
Yeah, stop doing that.
oh damn, why'd I get muted?
Sorry, you gave me too much
You guys
power.
better let J-Rob cook. This is ridiculous.
I'm just trying to ask Slurms questions so we could move on. He's basically just asking you, like, why is it a problem for you to say that, hey, these people were actually convinced that they saw Jesus? Even if it didn't happen, why are you, or even Jesus didn't rise from the grave, right? He didn't actually do that.
He didn't actually rise. Yeah.
Why is it a problem for you to say that people were actually convinced that they actually saw Jesus? Like, they had some experience that convinced them that they saw Jesus. Why is that a problem for you?
Like I said before, it's problematic because when they understand that God wasn't really, or even Jesus wasn't really real to begin with, it has negative.
That was a good attempt, J-Rob. Never mind.
Does this guy dispute the
so you're a
historicity of Jesus
mythicist? He's a
existing?
mythicist?
Hey, what? Sorry.
Do you think Jesus didn't exist at all?
I don't think he existed at all. The fact that
that explains it all.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You don't think Jesus existed?
Nope.
Okay, so why would we expect 99% of historians to be wrong? Go ahead.
Yeah, like, do you know what Google is?
Because of the fact, Google's can basically be changed by.
No, we're not talking about
but
Google.
answer my question. Answer my question.
Google's can be
can
changed.
reach that.
Google's can be
Stop
changed
diverting.
by humans.
We're talking about
Yahweh
PhD
and J-Rob, let
historians.
Farouk ask. This is literally Farouk's specialization.
Like,
This
let
is this
proof
is
guide.
this is just a very
Blazing
simple
this
question.
man.
Why would we expect 99% of historians to be wrong?
Yeah, dude,
Because
because
the source that you're
like
basically
among
relying on is
scholarship,
not
dude,
logically
it's not even
consistent.
controversial.
Shut up, Slurms. Oh my goodness. All right, go ahead, VC.
Because basically the logic that they're providing is not logically consistent. The fact that there's multiple
what?
different scriptures
Can
stating
you
that what
can you
God
can you
is,
give an
God and
argument
Jesus
for
is.
that? Can you give an
Yeah,
argument?
what-
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, like multitudes of times, there's multiple different scriptures in regards to claiming what God is and what God did.
Wait, we're talking about
Wait,
Jesus,
what?
the historical
Wait,
man.
are you? Wait, this is actually bad. When we're talking about whether or not some Jesus figure existed, the claims that what God did X, Y, Z is excluded from that type of discussion. For example, there are plenty of myths that have been made about real people, and if you're a naturalist, those real people would still exist even if these myths are fabricated. So it could be the case that Jesus existed and that these are mythological claims about Jesus, and you need to establish that that is not the case under your view.
Okay, so would you logically concede the fact that like maybe there's like Thor and Odin and among other like claims in regards to other religions, saying that
Irrelevant.
this is the true God, or among other
Wait, I don't
things?
understand the relevance. Do you
Well,
get the
everyone has
relevance
their
there,
own
Proof?
interpretation of God and Jesus, yeah?
You said what?
Wait.
Say that again.
Yeah,
Everyone has their own
you take it from here,
interpretation of
Proof.
what God and Jesus is.
Wait, Crip, you do
Can I ask a
understand?
clarifying
You do understand that
question?
atheist scholars, like atheist scholars, they don't believe in any God or any God claims, but they also see the evidence to say that Jesus did exist. You do know that, right?
Can I ask a clarifying question? Hey VC, do you make a distinction between like a historical figure of Jesus and like the biblical character of Jesus? Is there a distinction for you or no?
I don't believe in Jesus or God.
Yeah.
So you don't believe Jesus
think that
exists. So do you
answers this
want so I don't think you made an argument for why we'd expect 99% of historians to be wrong, but I can tell you
But-
the evidence.
Wait,
for-
real quick. I do want to just get that question answered. Like, do you do know that like atheist scholars, like historians, atheists, they all agree. Well, most of them agree that Jesus did exist as a person, right? You know that,
Look,
right?
well, there's one scholar named Bart Ehrman, and he
wait,
thinks
just real
that's
quick.
very
Wait,
controversial.
Crip, real quick. Can you
No,
answer
dude,
that
it's
question?
not
Dog.
even controversial.
Just real quick. I got two questions. You do know that, right?
So you're basically just going to rely on a group of collective of men to
No.
basically...
I'm just asking, do you know that? I'm just asking if you actually.
I find it just strange.
I'm just asking.
Wait,
Are
can
you aware
answer
of
his
this?
question?
He
never
won't
answered-
engage with any
I'm just
question.
asking, are
he
you
responds
aware-
to every question he's asked with,
In
well, I don't
riddles.
believe in God.
All right, I'm just
He
asking. I'm
responds in
going to
riddles.
assume you are aware of this. So then my next question is, why do you think that atheist scholars most unanimously concede that Jesus did exist as a historical figure? Why do you think they think that?
Because in that time period, basically, like I keep spouting every time,
Contemporary
and that
scholarship.
slums just
It's Slurms.
it's
Learn
getting
how to
butthurt
read.
every
He's
time.
talking about contemporary scholarship. He's not talking about antiquity.
Yeah, I'm
It's
talking about
not
modern.
temporary at all.
I'm talking about
It's the
scholars
fact
today.
that
I'm talking about scholars
He's talking
today.
about current scholars. Dumb fuck.
I can
you
already
Okay,
hear it now.
buddy.
Look, I don't think that we need to insult the guy. I mean, like, we tolerate J-Rob, right? So we can tolerate
You
him.
understand?
Rage bait.
You understand that there's plenty of contemporary secular New Testament scholars, right? That aren't theological.
Yeah, but I don't really this. This is the problem. This is the
I'm
problem.
sorry! Did you not hear him speaking in the middle of his sentence?
Oh, he's a bit unhinged. You okay, buddy?
No! Because when you interrupt a person in the middle of their sentence, it means that you don't have your listening ears on, and you're just waiting for the next time to yap.
Ooh.
Oh, well, actually, we don't have to yell at him, Cage. We put up a J-Rob.
I mean, I'll be cooking.
Anyways, I'm so sorry for such an uncouth, uncivilized,
I think
and
you definitely need to be
absolutely
sorry.
unhinged interruption, Jim. Please go on to finish
unhinged, buddy. You're
your
the one
sentence.
screaming.
Okay, let's just calm down here and Jim, go ahead.
You realize that, like I was saying, there's a lot of contemporary
I can
secular
barely
scholars.
hear you, dude. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Hold on.
I can
barely.
Yeah. So like you realize that there is the majority of contemporary secular scholars affirm the notion that Jesus existed, right? These are people that are experts in New Testament scholarship and history and archaeology, and they accept that a figure existed, not like the guy that walked on water and broke bread and rose from the dead, but some preacher that existed in the first century. Like that's not.
And how did they come to that conclusion exactly?
I can take it from there.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is the there's many reasons, but one of the reasons is there's so many, but one of them is that we have letters that are dated to the 50s AD, and the evidence for that would be the internal evidence, which places them in the first century because the internal evidence strongly suggests that they were written by a first century Second Temple Jewish person that knew the brother of Jesus and knew the disciples of Jesus, because in these letters he writes about having disputes with these people, and there's no good reason for this person to make up a story of having disputes with church leaders like James and Peter. This person I'm talking about is Paul, right?
Okay,
so let me finish this.
That's the only evidence they have.
No, not at all. Not at all. If you were listening, I said there's many things. This is one. So
letters is not a very good argument.
Give me a second. So in these letters that were dated to within 20 years of Jesus's life, right, or his alleged life or whatever, it states that he was crucified and he was the Messiah, right? This Paul is saying that Jesus was crucified and all of this stuff. Now, there's no good reason for a Jewish person who Paul would be to make up a story that the Messiah was crucified. That's one thing, right? It's completely implausible for him to make up a story about that. That's one thing. So we have letters from someone who knew the brother of Jesus and his disciples. We have extra biblical sources. We have Josephus, who talks about Jesus's brother and how he was stoned to death. I don't know if I can say that. And he was a contemporary of Jesus's brother, and he talks about him in his account, and he is one of the most prominent historians, if not the most prominent historian of the first century, writing in the late first century, the century Jesus lived, right? You also have Tacitus, a Roman historian, that talks about his crucifixion under Pontius Pilate, which is also mentioned in the Gospels that come before his writing, and you got that as well. You got Pliny the Younger, you got Suetonius, you got all these people mentioning this.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that, is there any other evidence that you can basically provide to say that Jesus and God is real?
I'm not done.
Like, I'm a man, believe me, bro.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm not done. So listen, we have, according to scholars, we have about 30 independent sources of Jesus. If you consider the Gospels, if you consider Paul's letters, if you consider these other people I mentioned, like Tacitus, Suetonius, Josephus, the Q source, the Marabar Saprion, I think that's actually how you say it. All of this stuff. We have 30 independent sources from around the time he lived talking about Jesus. One of the sources says that he knows the brother of Jesus and says that he has disputes with his brother and his disciples, and also says that he was crucified and calls him the Messiah, where there's no good reason why anybody would make up a story that the Messiah was crucified. So those are some baseline reasons. Obviously, it gets a little more technical than that. But if we're just having a general conversation, we can go from there. So it's a good amount. That's a good amount of evidence right there, as it is.
Yeah, because all I'm hearing is like, I'm a man, believe me, bro. Where's other evidence in regards to like?
You're such a bad faith scumbag. Like, I'm an atheist, by the way. I'm totally agnostic to whether or not Jesus existed. I don't care. But it's like to talk about historians as if they're just so flippant, like they go through these things and just they spend their whole life on little portions of this stuff, and then just to be like, oh well, somebody said it, I just believe him, bro. Like you're not even Not okay, whatever. J-Rob.
So you're the type of individual when it comes to a group of collective men claiming something to be true. You just go, yeah, sure, buddy. If a
Yeah,
group of
that's it.
collective
Yeah, what a good
Something like
faith
that.
charitable.
you're dodging
like,
now.
Crypt
You're dodging.
Creeper.
You don't operate.
No,
you don't
you're a fucking scumbag.
Crypt
You
Creeper.
don't,
I'm gonna ask
you
you
don't
a couple
operate
of
in the
questions.
same way. You
Crypt
don't
Creeper.
operate in the same way.
Crypt Creeper.
Like
I'm
when,
gonna ask
when
you a couple of
if you
questions.
if you were to go to like the doctor and the doctor gives you a prognosis, you're just gonna be like, oh, I don't believe you because it's one guy telling me, man. It's a belief.
No,
me, bro.
because doctors make mistakes.
Oh, so you don't believe the prognosis?
So you just you don't accept anything a doctor tells you?
No, because doctors make mistakes.
Therefore, it's you can't trust anything a doctor says. What? It's just trust me, bro.
No, not a doctor.
Crypt Keeper, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay, so if there's 3 doctors, what's the difference? What's the difference between 1 doctor and 3 doctors?
If it's logically consistent by the 3 doctors, then that I would believe
If it's
it. But
logically consistent between the doctors,
what do you mean by logically consistent?
if the story and the information they're providing is all aligned with each other.
Well,
you
why
are
don't you take
so
that to be
full of shit.
Why don't you take that to be a trust me, bro? It's a collection of people that are giving you a story, bro. Trust me.
Because basically what you're trying to say here is the fact that, like,
Why don't you answer his question instead of saying, well, what you're trying to say is, why don't you lock the fuck in and engage with a single question
Get it all
you're
out,
asked?
buddy. Get it all out. Go see a therapist. You'll be right.
That's what a good faith interlocutor.
Just so, in regards to, I'm just ignoring you, buddy. Like, you're really unhinged. So, when it comes to your point, like for your hypothetical in regards to doctors, in regards to, oh, here we go. You turn it on the camera? Who's turning on the camera?
What? Wait, can
my
you
God.
answer? Can you answer?
Can I ask a question to him, please?
No, shut up, Kelly.
Anyway, sorry, someone tried to turn on my camera. So
let me ask you a
Someone's
kind
like
of.
trying to take the phone from you and turn your camera on from you.
I'm just trying to get the
Because
relevant
your older
difference.
brother come in the room and try to fucking take your phone.
Crypt, when you are told something...
Eddie, shut up.
Fucking late. Turn the phone off.
Wait, let just Jim go.
Look, I'm just trying to get the relevant difference, right, between a group of scholars who study this and come to a consensus versus, and you saying that is just a trust me, bro, versus a group of medical professionals who come together and give you some diagnosis and you not saying, oh, that's just a trust me, bro.
Yeah, because in regards to doctors, that's a different scenario in comparison. A group of collective people that have the same belief and saying that God is real or Jesus is real.
Yeah, well, did you listen to hold on a second. Did you listen to the evidence that he gave you? Because the people that he quoted weren't people who were in the faith and believed in this certain thing, right? He gave you both independent attestation of people who were not part of this like Christian community, as well as people that were part of this Christian community, such that the evidence raises the probability that there may have been some figure named Jesus that existed. Not that this figure is God, but just that there was a figure that existed, because there is independent writings, both of people that, weren't believers, part of this Christian community, and people that were. That's all he's saying.
Okay, well, he didn't say that at all. He just named it.
Oh, my goodness. That's all I was saying. And
You didn't even have to go there. That was.
I said 30 independent sources. I mentioned Jewish historians, Roman historians, Paul, early attestation. I mentioned all of that, dude.
Crypt.
Okay, so we're not a mythicist anymore?
Crypt, if you're in school and you're being taught something, how do you believe the teacher that's telling you the information? Do you just not have an education? Because you're just so radically skeptical of just...
I think that's like an underpersonal attack. Like, you can try better than that.
What?
Wait,
I agree with you. I agree with you, Crypt.
Cage.
Crypt.
This Kenny
I'll
guy's
ask you a
been a
little
pain
bit of
in
a
my ass
technical
all night.
question because I also mentioned it when I was explaining the evidence. It's like, why would anybody make up a story that the Messiah was crucified? A Jewish person. Why would they make up that story?
Well, like I said, they need something to believe in regards to everything that was
You
going on.
did you not hear what he just asked you as far as who was saying it? You weren't, because the whole time he was talking about evidence, you were just waiting to say, so that's all you got? Trust me, bro? And then when he asked you that question, you didn't even hear what he was asking, so you could reply, because I believe it. I need something to believe in, which you said like a dozen times. All you have are sound bites. You're not listening. You're not engaging. You're just repeating sound bites. We get that you're a fucking atheist, doofus. Engage with what's being said.
Okay. And I should think that you need to go see a therapist because you're fucking unhinged.
Nice dodge, scumbag.
That sounds like a personal attack.
Yeah, well, he's been personally attacking me back.
do
so,
you
know,
think-
Yeah, because you're personally a fucking R-word.
Oh.
But seriously, can you answer my question? Is there one? So
Yeah, sure. And answer the question again. Sorry.
Yeah. So it is. Is there one good reason why Paul, a Jewish person, would make up a story that the Messiah was crucified?
Because, like I said before, multitudes of times they need something to believe in that time period.
He was Jewish. He was Jewish.
This is ableism at this point. We're beating up a mentally ill person.
A Jewish man, Jew, a Semitic man, a Jewish man.
Hey, stop
a
saying
Jew.
Jewish.
Damn, dude,
let me try to make it.
A Jewish man needed to create a religion to believe in it.
Are you looking through your telescope?
Guys,
No, why?
I'm so serious. I'd rather talk to J-Rob instead of
VC. Hold on.
Can we get
Hold on a second.
Do you realize that when
How did
people say,
Slurms
like,
get dropped?
Because he was raging so hard.
Do you understand?
Hey, crypto.
Do you understand? Let me just make this one point, and I'll shut up and let you go. Like, do you understand that affirming that some character in the first century named Jesus, who was like a preacher and started a movement, affirming that he existed, does not necessarily mean that you're affirming that God exists, right? Because historians make a distinction, right? In the same way that maybe people make a distinction between, like, let's say, George Washington existing, right? And then, like, all the myths about like him cutting down a cherry tree and stuff, right? Like, you could make a distinction between a character who existed in the first century and not have to commit to the notion that that character is God.
Okay.
That's all it took. So Jesus existed now?
No, I don't think it exists whatsoever.
I don't think that you think.
This is why I asked about Crips. You didn't answer my question. You just like thought I was personally attacking you when you were in school.
No, not you. I was talking about slums.
Okay,
don't
Crips. Answer my question.
There's an R in there. It's Slurms with an
When
R.
Yeah,
Learn to fucking
Slurms,
read.
just
Get your glasses.
Slurms.
You definitely act like a slum.
Slurms. Crips.
That doesn't
when
make
you were in-
sense.
Slurms, shut up.
I'm about to slum it in your ass in a second.
Oh.
Crips,
Ooh,
when you were in school and you were being taught by your teachers, when you were in high school or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I don't even know if you were.
That's a huge assumption.
He didn't answer.
Just ask him this.
He didn't answer.
No, I didn't answer the question. Like,
If you ask him a question a second time, because we've been asking him questions for like fucking a half
Hey,
hour,
let's see
maybe
if he
he'll
does
engage
that.
with your
Slurms.
question in good faith.
it's been more than half an hour. At least be logically consistent, bro.
Logically consistent.
Yeah, be logically consistent, Slums.
Claire, okay, wait. Actually, I have a better question. Chris, what do you think logically means?
I'll answer you one question first. Like, how many questions?
Imagine that he dodges a question.
Look,
No,
fuck the first question, Crypt. I want the second one answered instead.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fuck the first question.
Okay.
Agree. Fuck
What
the
do you
first
think logically means?
Logically?
Means. Definition.
Logically being consistent in regards to what you're basically stating.
Oh, that was the most fucking vague.
So the fact that it's been more than 30 minutes and he's saying it's 30 minutes, it hasn't been.
Logically means logically consistent to what you've been stating.
Yeah,
Is that
so
what your actual definition of logically means?
Here, well,
no, there's a
let me
proper
just.
definition.
Maybe it's not fair. If I say a string of words like rainbow, pink, blue, and car, is that a logically consistent bunch of things?
That's not correlating to what Slump said.
Okay, well, Slums hasn't talked to you in like 2 minutes. I'm just asking if I were to say those
What?
4 things to you.
Hang on. Yes, he has. He's spoken like within a minute. What do you mean?
He didn't ask you the question. That was Getty. You've been speaking to Getty.
Oh,
But
yeah, sure.
really, just I'm interested if you think that'd be a logically consistent set of things that I've just listed.
Well, yeah, that's like that actually makes sense what you said, because it's going by what you said. But like the fact that like what Slump says in regards to the actual time that you guys have spent in regards to asking me questions and stuff, that wasn't correct.
Okay, so correct is just what it means to be logically consistent. Which is if somebody's correct, they're logically consistent.
Yes.
Okay. You understand you have a very unique usage of that term, right? Like, imagine I'm in school and I get the answer right, and the teacher yells correct to one kid, and then I yell the answer right. The teacher wouldn't say logically consistent, and then that's just not how. It's not what that means. But I'm fine with whatever. It's whatever. Anyways, move on to the next point. There you go, Getty.
That was a very poor hypothetical.
Can I interject here really fast? I don't
No,
ever
you
want to hear you
can't.
say that we don't shit on atheists, dumb atheists, because
Oh
it's
my god,
in real
when have I
time.
ever said that?
You were talking about how Cage only has a preference for people earlier because they're atheist.
No, I was saying that
You were
Cage's
talking shit, Whitney?
bias. No.
You were talking shit?
Cage's, I'm sorry, I would like to clarify. Are you going to stop talking and yapping your
We're
fucking mouth?
here for 5 minutes.
No, with being a bitch, what a surprise.
Okay. In reference, right, to the fact that like he has this bias towards good reasoners because they happen to be atheists.
What? That's not what you said at all, you
That is
slimy
what I
asshole.
meant by it. You just weren't tracking because you're
Well,
a
that's
horrible
what you
reasoner
meant by
and you're a
it.
piece of shit.
Notice how I said that's not what you said, and you go, that's not what I meant by it.
Well, here's a question, VC. Here's a question, VC. So let's suppose we're trying to analyze whether some person or some figure existed in the first century, right? Some preacher or some figure. What do you think would be expected as evidence such that we could have a high degree of probability that such a person existed?
That's actually a really good question. I would even then, like back in that time period, there's no video or anything like that in regards to evidence in regards to that individual whatsoever. Like the only thing we have so far is written texts of a individual doing these claims of healing and being nailed to a cross, and among other things, of a group of people claiming that this is what Jesus did and this is what Jesus is.
Crypt, what about doctored video footage?
Oh, if there was video footage,
that's not relevant. That's not relevant.
How is it not relevant? He's falling on
because there
physical
was no
evidence.
video footage in the first century, moron. That's why.
Oh my god! But if he's falling on that kind of,
if there's video evidence of him doing those things, then I would basically
look. But let's be realistic, right? Let's say not just not in the specifics of Jesus, right? Let's just say any person in the first century, right? Keep in mind, we don't have the technology we have today, and so if we were to analyze, let's say one of the I don't know, governors of Judea or something, how would we establish that such a person existed? What kind of evidence would we expect to see?
Honest, Slump is so unhinged, gun. I think the only evidence, it's very difficult to basically answer because, we're literally relying on individuals in that time period to provide us evidence in regards to a particular individual. It's like, for instance, just like when it came to the Romans, we have actual evidence that the Romans existed in that time period because we have Roman pillars and among other things to basically back up the claim in regards to the evidence that had been provided of men, of course, saying that the Romans existed. Well, the evidence is there. Now, when it comes to Jesus, like it's only based off texts and people's beliefs, and also like it's been weaned into society to the point where people generally believe that this is where Jesus was nailed. This is where Jesus came out of the hole. This is where Jesus did this, that, and everything. It's been centuries of people basically telling other people that this is what. So at some point down the line, it's just become part of the wheel of society.
Wait, is that not true? Wait, is this not just true of like a lot of figures through history? Like, what physical evidence do we have of Cicero?
Lumberjack friend. He doesn't speak to humans very much. He speaks for the trees, so he's really used to speaking to fucking brick-headed people. Anyhow, you know, I just think it's incredibly unreasonable. I think Jim asked a good question. You know, if I just looked and said, okay, suppose somebody's told me that a very important person named Jesus existed in like even the 17th or 18th century. Okay, what would I expect for this specific person to exist named Jesus? Maybe he had a group of people that followed him, so I'd expect some type of social report, maybe some, you know, histories or fables to be talked about verbally. I might even expect, given this was a time of literacy, people to have written about him. I might have expected various archaeological finds, like places he would have been rumored to be in. I might even expect certain relics or belongings that might have been near or close to him, or places for which he might have held near and dear. At no point would I expect somebody from the 18th or 17th or 15th or 16th century to have photos or videos taken of him. That's an expectation for somebody that may have existed today. So, and just disregarding all of that, like Slurms said earlier, and saying, well, it's just hogwash created by men, what else would you expect from a person existing at any of those times?
I like that you cut me off to take my point and just fucking run it for me anyway.
I was waiting for a question there because that just sounded like a statement.
Can you explain what the wheel of society is?
No, the question at the end was the question at the end that evidently went over your head because you stopped listening 3 seconds in, just like you did right now, was what would you expect from somebody living in the 18th or 15th century named Jesus, who is a cult leader? What would you expect to see evidence-wise?
Actual, like, physical evidence that hasn't been made up or tampered by men.
Like what? Like archaeological sites?
Beg your pardon?
Like archaeological sites, places he's been, like, talked about to be in, things he might have held.
Like the Roman sites that we basically have 100% proof that Romans existed.
Okay, great. You want to know? Okay, so Jerusalem. Does Jerusalem exist? Jerusalem exists. All right. What else? Maybe the place in which he was rumored to hang, that exists. That's a tourist site. Maybe his burial, where he was reported to have been buried and rose again, that's a tourist site as well. What else would you like? We have those. We have that datum. Okay. What's the next point? What else would you expect to see?
Okay, so the fact that things can be created by men and make other people believe that this particular site's by Jesus, you're just going to roll with it? Like what?
Okay, so now the claim is you think it's more likely that other people went about their own means to create a fake tomb to accommodate a fake story for a man who never existed, in hopes that thousands of years later it becomes into a billion people world religion. You think that's more likely than this archaeological site existing and we just so happen to find it.
Yeah, it's just me like making up a scenario that Santa Claus exists.
Okay,
right?
what's the argument for that? Why in the fucking world would I think it's more likely that somebody went out of their way to create an archaeological dig site that's been sitting for thousands of years that would accommodate and be consistent with all the facts expected about this fictitious person?
And who was that made by?
Yeah, that's the question, dumb fuck. That's what I'm asking you. Why would somebody do that?
Oh, yeah, because they need something to believe in.
You just have a script. You just have a script. I'm sure you've said the same 7 things over and over and over and over.
Hey.
Let me just get something clear. Do you think that the only writing that exists of the person of Jesus is that which is found in the Bible?
No, not just in the Bible. There's multiple different scriptures, and among other things, that basically claim that Jesus existed. Sorry.
What about historians that are close to the events that happened?
Wait, no, Jack, we already went through that. By the way, they never claimed that Jesus existed. You know what they do? They talk as if, okay, let's just look at this. Suppose that I die tomorrow, all right, and all my belongings get wiped off the face of the earth. If any of my friends wanted to prove that I existed, they might print off text correspondence that I had with them. At no point would they be claiming that I exist in the text. It's not like they'd ask me, do you exist? And I reply with yes. But them showing the text would obviously go to say that I, at some point, existed. It's just presumed. It's so fucking obvious that nobody would ask, oh, that text message you're having with this other person, does that other person exist? We're not 2012 fucking LinkedIn or MySpace girls that want to get attention on fucking MySpace, all right? And that's far less likely than the actual situation of somebody existing during their text. And you're looking at this evidence going, it's far more likely that this person doesn't exist, even though there's letters about this person, about social comeuppance, and about social outrage. I have no idea why you think that, and you've not given a reason anything more than people need something to believe in. A Reddit soundbite that does nothing but simply restrain productive conversation.
Do you hold this for other historical figures?
Other historical figures?
Yeah, like other ancient figures. Like,
Oh, you
like
said
I mean, like
I believe.
What the fuck? Yeah, like please. First off, respond to Cage. But like, what the fuck?
Believed, I could believe that because I live in Australia, Captain Cook.
See, now he's not going to answer me, Jock, because you gave his 10-second.
I'm so sorry.
You gave his 10-second fucking attention span. Something else to pay attention to.
Hey, buddy, listen. I know you're unhinged and you like raging so hard, but like, chill out.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna put on a bingo card. I'm gonna put on a bingo card, cryptic. I'm gonna put on a bingo card. I'm gonna put on the following 3 phrases that I've heard you say. That I've heard you say 3 times.
You always have to say something.
The first phrase I've heard you say is because they need something to believe in. I'm writing that down. The second phrase I've heard you say is because I'm an atheist and God doesn't exist. The third thing I've heard you say is because it's not real. Those 3 phrases I've heard you repeat over and over and over again. Now, what I'd like is without you defaulting like a fucking 8-track in the 1980s back onto those 3 phrases is to answer the question on why you believe it's more likely that these evidences are fictitious and fabricated for the sake of whatever end you might have in mind, or the fact that this person was real and was a cult leader. Which one do you want to give an argument for?
Are you done?
Please answer the question for the love of God.
I would say that it was even though there was a guy that made it being so-called Jesus, I think their interpretation of him healing and among other things was
that's all. That's it. That's all I needed. That's all. You're not a mythicist anymore. That's all I needed. You finally fucking learned.
Instantly.
Oh, we needed.
That's all we needed. We just needed you to admit that
you said that.
You defeat. That's you. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, you're not a mythicist if you're just affirming that a Jesus existed.
Yeah, like some dude existed.
I wasn't affirming that Jesus existed. I was saying that there might have been an individual, a person
named Jesus who existed?
No, not Jesus, dude. Chill out. Oh my God. hinged.
Dumbass. When I say Jesus, I'm not
Yeah,
referring to the divine God. I'm referring to the person.
Yeah, well,
we're
somebody
referring to
not
the
autistic would get
individual.
that.
We're referring to the individual. We get that you don't think that he healed people and that he walked on water and he did all that stuff. We're just saying that the individual existed as a real person in history. That's it. You're not a mythicist.
Yeah, he might have.
If you affirm that.
There might have been a person, but he was definitely not Jesus.
Awesome.
What
No,
the
that's all.
fuck?
You know,
what he
I'm
needs.
not gonna nitpick.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna nitpick with. That's
Okay,
fine.
I know.
From
All
the start of
he
this
means is
conversation.
Dude, stop talking. Let the woman speak. Chill out.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you care.
Why would you interrupt her? Do you know what she's been through?
Oh my God. Listen.
Yeah,
What
being
all
real
he
fat.
means by Jesus is the divine person that, the Bible is speaking about. He's not denying that a man existed in history. He's just denying those claims. So that, by definition, means you're not a mythicist. That's it. You believe Jesus, as it pertains to the individual who was just a dude and didn't do all the stuff in the Bible, existed. That's all you're doing. Okay, and his name was Jesus. That's it. Okay, great. You're not a mythicist. We finally fucking got that.
Yeah, you got it.
One fucking Reddit edgelord cured.
Incredible.
That's what I said maybe 20 minutes ago, right? Like we could divorce the two, right? We could say somebody existed and still be an atheist, right? You don't have to affirm that they did miracles or that they're God.
Right.
Yeah.
He just
Crypt,
needed a soft, feminine voice to tell.
I mean, it's
No,
literally.
wait, can I ask him a question?
It's literally what
Can I
I
ask him a
said when
question?
he was still talking to Prook. All of this spiraled from him saying something so stupid, and now it's
you know
like,
what?
wait a minute.
Here, I'm gonna level with you.
Not really.
I really want to know.
You just scream toxic masculinity. That's all you scream.
That's true. Yeah, I'm an incredibly toxic masculine dickhead. Yeah, that's true. Look, I'm really curious, Crypt. Your atheism, right? Is this informed? Is this informed by maybe reading you've done, or were you touched by Scoutmaster Kevin, who happened to be a Christian on Sundays, and from now on you just now are just opposing hatred towards Christianity specifically? By the way, not theism broadly.
No. It's not hatred because I have no hatred for these people. If they want to believe in something, all power to you. But people. At the end, oh my God. These men in this fucking panel are unhinged.
Hinged on the bingo card.
Definitely. If the shoe fits,
it's gotta be in there. It's gotta be on there.
Yeah, if the shoe fits, bro. If you want to shut up and just
sorry,
listen.
Sorry, that was a question for Cage. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't have any hatred. Long story short, towards these people that want to believe in an individual that even though he might have been a person, the things that he did, I don't believe in whatsoever. I think it was all just fabricated.
Okay, so I appreciate that you didn't say it was informed by reason or education or interests and reading the relevant domains that are sort of pertinent or salient to this conversation. The only reason that you're an atheist
I've stated
is
it.
because
I've stated it multitudes of times, and you kind of just keep answering the same question.
What's it?
As in the situations, but that I've basically already explained to you. You keep answering the same question constantly, trying to get the answer that you want.
No, I'm not trying to get any. I'm just generally interested in if you've read anything related to science, philosophy, or just general poetry relevant to the subject.
Yeah,
I'd be hard pressed to believe that you can read it all if you weren't on TikTok.
I came from a Catholic school for 6 years, so.
Oh, that tells me everything. So Scoutmaster Kevin was correct then.
I confound it.
So actually, sorry. So you're saying that I was correct with the whole, touched as a kid, and now you have this disdain towards
there we go. Yeah.
Catholicism.
Yeah, touched as a kid. Yeah, that's so good, bro. Well done.
Is it true? Here, this is a safe space. I promise I won't make fun of you.
No. Just the out of pocket garbage that you're spouting, bro. Just chill out.
Well, that's the
Do not believe him. This is not a safe space.
Look,
Well,
I'm all fine with your Reddit stuff. It just makes the rest of us look really poor.
The
Like, this is what
Reddit
the theists try to
comeback
bully us
is
for.
like really bad, bro. Like you said Reddit multitudes of times. It's
It's
not
because you've been Reddit multitudes of times.
It's because you keep
Yeah, you
saying
have.
dumb
You said
shit
it
that
like
makes the
3
rest of us
times.
look bad.
Extend some charitability. Maybe he's just learning, and all he's heard is
It's been 6 years.
No, not learning, dude. Like I've
What
read
that
all
mean?
the scriptures. I've read the Old Testament, the New Testament, among other things. So
He's done more than Coco.
I'm talking about
yo,
learning,
Crypt, can
like,
you tell me what the Trinity is?
not like I was
Trinity.
fucking talking or anything.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Just keep talking. These guys just like to interrupt. It's
You
fine.
interrupted him
Keep talking.
earlier, and I hear.
Everyone, shut up.
Jesus. All I was saying is that maybe he's just kind of like learning the historical portions of, like, or the difference between mythicism and like secular scholarship on this stuff. So
I think he doesn't have the possibility to learn. Honestly, I don't know where you'd get that idea.
Well, I mean, you understand, Cryptic, that like, even though, like, let's just grant that Christianity is not true, which is not true, that's false.
Christianity.
But, like, let's just grant that for the sake of the conversation. That doesn't then defeat theism, right? Like, if your whole reason is that, well, I think Christianity is fake, I understand there's other iterations of God that people believe in.
Yeah, and they're all fake, and they don't believe, and they're not real. Why do
I mean,
people
they're
believe
wrong
them?
too.
They
The
need
Christian
something to
God is
believe
the true God, but I'm just saying, like,
People need something to believe in.
Yeah, people need something to believe in.
Yeah, they do.
That's true.
Yeah, that's on the bingo card. I fucking called it.
Literally
Dude,
doesn't even.
You literally just need to chill out. Like you haven't allowed, like,
Bruh.
I'm so calm.
Crypt,
I
can
don't
I
think
ask
you
you a
understand.
question?
I'm literally rent free in your head. Like we might as well be dating at this point.
Well, yeah, because you're on panel. What do you mean rent free in my head? You're right here.
Because you're not allowing anyone else to talk to me. You just literally keep talking.
Look, I don't. I think it's
not
academically
exclusive to you,
and
okay? It does it to
intellectually
everyone.
irresponsible for you to talk to people.
Crib, you've talked
I
to
can
4
talk to
different people in the
I
last
can
5
just pick
minutes.
out
What are
the
you
fact
talking
that
Did
about?
he say he wants to date Cage?
Once
He
Cage
did.
rip
I'm
his
just
hips
saying that he
mean.
wants to date me because he just keeps like talking and not allowing anyone else to talk.
I'd love to debate you, honestly. You know.
I don't
so
swing. I don't
Holy
swing that way, bro. Like I know you want me, but it's okay.
Do you not? Well, look, we can debate
Did you
on,
get
and
flustered, Crib? Did we fluster
I'll
you? Are you flush
affirm
right
that
now?
No, not at all. I'm
theism
not
is
even
true.
flustered, bro.
Well, I'm really curious. Do you have any arguments, like from an atheist perspective, or maybe a broad, like if somebody comes up to you and says, "Yeah, I affirm the prop that God exists," but which makes me a theist. Would you have any
I didn't
reasons?
say that at all. You're just putting words in my mouth now.
Did I say you said that, dumbass?
He's asking you a question. Holy shit, he's not real.
Yeah, here, I'll make it very fucking clear. Cryptic does not believe in God. In case anybody was confused, he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. Holy fuck. Newsflash. Can I go back to the question? Are you clear on the context, Cryptic?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, just making sure. If somebody were to come up to you and say, "Look, I'm a theist. What are your reasons that would say that my belief is false, right, such that atheism is true?" Would you have any, or would you just say, "Look, I only talk about Christianity, specifically why maybe apostolic schools of thought are false"? That was a question where the start of the question was, "Would you?" and the end of it was, "is false."
Sorry, I was cutting out again. Can you, like, say the second part again?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
His wires were crossed. You gotta slow it down.
Yeah, the question.
Not at all. I just didn't hear the second part. That's all. Like, if you guys are like laughing over nothing, that's crazy.
We'll just be more clear. We'll be more direct. Do you think that it's true that God does not exist, or do you just not know if a God exists?
No, God doesn't exist. Like, there's no actual evidence to basically say that God existed.
Okay, well, that's
Of
not
evidence?
supporting your claim, right? We're gonna have to go through this elementary fucking
Nobody
mistake.
claims God existed in the past tense, and we're now living
Look,
in some
I'm
abstract
really
reality,
curious,
dog.
Crypt. Do you think that in absence of evidence, absent evidence for competing hypotheses, do you think that makes evidence for your hypothesis?
What do you mean by that exactly? Can you elaborate?
Yeah, suppose my friend and I walk into my flat after a long day of work, and at the front door we open it, and in front of us is a broken plate, and I'm just stun locked. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I'm gefuffled, right? I don't know what to say. My brain has stopped working at the sight of this broken plate. But my friend says, "Oh, I think it's the plate breaking fairies," and that explains why the plate is broken. Do you think that because he has no evidence for, or because you have no evidence for any competing hypotheses, that lends to his hypothesis being the most likely?
What do you mean that I have no evidence exactly to back up my claim that saying that God doesn't exist or Jesus didn't exist?
No, it's evident here. At the end, just because you're trying to do the app and you're struggling, so I'll help you out. In the metaphor that I've given you, you are the person suggesting that there exists plate breaking fairies, and that's why the plate is broken, aka the proposition that God does not exist is true. And your reasons to support that is pointing over at me, stunlocked, saying, "Well, you've no evidence for your view, so that's evidence for my view." In the same way that you point over to theists, saying, "Well, they don't have evidence for their view, so that means my view." That's absurd, and it's epistemically wrong. It's absolutely the dumbest thing you could possibly have said in this line of questioning I've given you.
Okay. So, what you're saying is because I have no evidence to back up the claim that Jesus didn't exist or God didn't exist, and the fact that we have evidence in regards to men explaining to other men and other people in society saying that God existed because we said so, and there's particular sites that Jesus was at, supposedly, right? And
No,
did these miracles
no, we're not even
supposedly?
talking about the Christian stuff anymore, dude. None of this is at all like we're not even in the look. We're not even talking about Christianity anymore. And what we're talking about is the last 3 minutes where I had asked you, do you have any arguments that would make, or I asked you to clarify, do you think that the prop God does not exist is true? And you said yes. I said, okay, why? You said because there's no evidence for a God to exist. That's all we're talking about. You're just hand waving over at the other position saying, well, because they have nothing to say, that means mine is true. In the same way that the plate breaking fairy scenario,
Because
you're
there's no
saying there exist
100%.
plate breaking fairies, and you're hand
Yeah,
waving over at
because there's
me
no
saying, well, that
100%.
means mine is true.
It's because there's no 100% proof the fact that there is no God.
Crypt, what is
Okay,
proof?
I'm
Oh,
not
sorry.
looking for 100. It seems like there's no proof. It seems like you have nothing. It seems like you have nothing but to point over at your other friend, to point over at the other people and say, well, because they have no evidence, that means mine is true. That's absurd.
Right.
And you'd understand that's absurd because just because I don't have any hypotheses or any evidence for a hypothesis doesn't make any available hypothesis true. Fairies exist, and they broke into our flat, and now we're going to have to tell the landlord because we have to fix the window because of the plate breaking fairy broke in and broke all of our fucking plates. All right? If that were true on this view, those would exist. That's absurd. Nobody should accept that. Do you understand why it's irresponsible for us to accept this type of belief-making
Okay,
ideas?
I'll give you a hypothetical. So if you were to walk into a crime scene, you see all the evidence in front of you, right? And say, okay, well, this is how the scenario played out. Would you just roll with that and just say that, yep, this is how it played out? Or would you look a little bit deeper?
I'd probably. Are you genuinely asking, or do you just want me to answer that dichotomy?
I mean, it's basically correlating with your perspective.
Look, Cryptic, like, let me see if I, like, let's just...
Well, I'll answer that. That's fine. You know, it's a fair question. Yeah, I'd probably collect all possible facts and see which hypothesis best expects those facts.
Okay, great.
I'd
So
go
you
through
look
a
at both
process
sides
of
of it.
rigor and virtue to determine what I should believe based on the available facts.
Oh, cool. So you look at both sides of the coin, which is great. So, like the fact that when it comes to the scriptures, the New Testament, the Old Testament, among
Well,
other things.
how is this relating to what we're not talking about Christianity?
I'm just basically trying to explain to you here, if you just listen.
About Christianity? We're not talking about Christianity.
Well,
we're talking about theism.
Okay.
Are you lost?
No, not at all. I'm trying to explain something. You keep interrupting.
Okay, well, go on and explain it, and I promise if it's relevant, I'll engage. But if it's not, I'm going to shame you publicly.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's a you problem, not me. So
this guy is still here.
Hold on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. So the fact that we have all this evidence to basically claim that Jesus and God existed because of the scriptures and among other things, but if we look a little bit deeper in regards to how it's not logically consistent in regards to the scriptures, the old, the new, and so on and so forth, don't you find that's a little bit odd?
Yeah, so remember when I asked you how this is relevant when we're talking about theism and atheism, and you've somehow been able in your own mind to pivot this to Christianity for no fucking reason at all. And the worst part is that on the Christianity point, you're not even using the relevant. I let you finish. Please, I let you finish. You're not even using the relevant concepts we're engaging with intellectually on the use for examining Christianity. So you are by far the most touched person I've ever had by Scoutmaster Kevin, because evidently you're not interested in assessing the epistemic probabilities for theism. You're just interested in ragging on Christianity specifically, and I wouldn't doubt that's because somewhere out there there's a priest that somehow got his little dick gibblers all down your pants in confession. And for that I apologize, but you will not take that out on me and somehow abuse me intellectually.
Like Crypt,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Using ad homs to say that you're an intellectual.
That's not an ad hom. It's just insulting you.
I just want to clarify something, VC. Do you think that the totality of theism is just Christianity?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that basically that he completely just dodged my question, which that's his choice at the end of the day.
You didn't engage with what you're not engaging with. What's being presented?
The question is this: for example, there's two hypotheses here on the table, right? One is that God does not exist, and one is that God does exist. Okay, great. And so you you seem to lean on the hypothesis God does not exist, right? Which is kind of an affirmation, right? God does not exist. And you're saying,
it's
look,
based. Sorry. Hang on. You can't just hang on. This is what I don't understand is the fact that you're not really critiquing it in a particular way to make it sound like I'm not looking at it from both sides. You're making it sound like
I'll get there for you, Crypt. Just listen to what Jim is saying, please. I'll get there for you.
Real quick,
I'm talking to Just, not you, Slick. It's okay.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that if the two hypotheses are both affirming something, and you're saying, look, I'm justified in my position because the other side hasn't presented any good evidence. What Moral Reasons is saying is that that's not a really good way to defend your position, right? Because let's say that the other side doesn't have good evidence or doesn't present anything. That does nothing to further establish your position, right? You'd also have to present evidence for your view, right? That God does not exist. Just simply saying, well, the other side doesn't have it, therefore I'm justified, it isn't a good epistemic, I guess, methodology for it. Do you understand that?
Well, the reason why I have, I guess, from your perspective, I have no evidence is due to the fact that there's nothing really to say that God or Jesus did not exist. The only thing that I can, based off the information that has been provided by society and the history, is that I've looked at it thoroughly in regards to the scriptures, the old, the new, and among other things that we were taught.
Let's say that you and I...
Hang on. It comes to the conclusion that it's not logically consistent. All the history is not consistent. So what is or isn't reality in regards to Jesus
This
or
is why I
God?
asked you that question before, right? Because let's say you and I agree that Christianity is false, right? Everything it's completely garbage, right? That still doesn't negate the fact that God could exist, right? Maybe it's the Hindu God, or maybe all religions have it semi wrong, right? But there's some being that exists.
Yeah, but
right?
we can't work on maybes.
Well, you're making a position that God does not exist, so that we're asking you, well, if you affirm that,
Yeah, because
what,
like I said, the
what
logic
do you
that's
present?
because the information that's been provided to us in regards to scholars and among other things, by their own interpretation of Jesus did exist because he did these miracles and so on and so forth.
So, like, look, let's go back. Maybe I'll try to do an intuition pump here, right? And going back to your crime scene example, right? Suppose you and I are detectives and we stumble upon this crime scene and we examine the evidence, and I say, and you say, I think John did it, right? And I say, well, I think Joe did it. And you ask me, well, why do you think Joe did it? And I say, I present evidence, or maybe my evidence is pretty faulty, right? Are you then justified in saying, well, since your evidence is bad, therefore it is the case that John did it?
No, I didn't back check and look on both sides in regards to the situation. Like,
right.
Like I said
So
before,
you'd have to present.
hang
Hold
on,
on.
hang on,
You'd
hang
have
on,
to
hang on.
present real quick. I'll let you go. Real quick. If I don't present evidence, you'd have to present evidence why John did it.
Well, yeah, of course. But when it comes to this is where it gets nuance, is the fact that we're comparing a individual that could have been named Jesus or not named Jesus, whatever. But
we're moved past.
hang on. Let me.
Yeah, like I don't care about Christianity. I'm just talking about
No.
God in general.
Hang on.
God in general.
I'm trying to. Okay, all right. Let me finish my sentence, and you can basically critique it whatever you like, because I can talk to you quite calmly. Is when it comes to I don't know if we can say crime scene on TikTok. I don't know. And a mythological person. Those two scenarios are completely different when it comes to critiquing the hypothetical that I use in regards to a crime scene, because realistically that happened. The only thing that is not realistic is in regards to the evidence that's been provided. And we can't just walk into a crime scene and go, well, yep, this is how it happened. No, because like you said, Justin, that we need to look at on both sides in regards to the information in regards that you provided. I need to fact check it and make sure that it did happen. If it didn't happen, we convict an individual that did not do it, then it'll look bad on us, and we're literally lying. And we're literally lying to everyone.
Here's the intuition pump, right? Where like theism or kind of this notion comes into play, right? We're looking at the world, right? We're looking at our existence, the fact that everything exists around us, right? That's a crime scene, right? And we're trying to make sense of the world and figure out things about the world. And I'm saying, well, look, the explanation for things, right, is that there exists a God, right, who probably created us. Your position is, look, I reject this notion that God exists, right, given everything that we're observing, right? That's kind of like doing so like we're not specifying the God of Christianity or the God of Islam or the God of whatever, right? We're just saying God in general.
Okay. And like I said before, it's not that I'm not saying that a person did not exist. It's just I'm saying that the miracles and the things, and among other things, I as far as what I've gathered from all the information that has been provided, was fabricated.
I could agree with you. Let's say all of that was fabricated. That still doesn't negate the fact that a God could exist, nor the fact that, let's say, Christianity is false. That doesn't also notion
we
that God
don't
does
we
not
don't work
exist.
on but when it comes to facts, we don't work on maybes or A's or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's just not being.
I don't think we're getting anywhere here.
Can I ask him a few questions really
Fine,
quick?
I'll give up my time.
Yeah, I mean, like we're not getting anywhere because you keep going back. Like, let's just, for the sake of this conversation, say that everybody here agrees that Christianity is not true. You no more using it. Don't mention it anymore. We're just talking about God simplicator. That's it.
Yeah, like when an atheist, like, real quick, when an atheist, right?
W rhetoric. That was W rhetoric.
When an atheist just says like they reject this notion of God, like they're just talking about, like, at least philosophically, some like mind that exists that created all things, right? And then, like, once that is established, at least, then you could kind of start pinpointing it in terms of theology, right? But in a broadest sense, right, atheism is just rejecting this notion, right, that there's a creator being or something.
Yeah, and we're only saying that, like, if you're going to affirm that God doesn't exist, you continuing to go back to Jesus isn't engaging with said conversation. It's just not. It's like everybody here could agree, right? There could be a bunch of theists in here, right, who could agree that Christianity isn't true and that Jesus wasn't God and all those things, right? But there's still theists in the room. So you appealing to Jesus wouldn't even motivate them to be like, well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Jesus isn't God, but that doesn't mean that God doesn't exist. You're going to have to give reasons as to why that is the case.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, is that God does not exist because of all the evidence that I've looked at in regards to saying
what is that
Okay, Crypt, can you wait, Crypt, can you just define evidence?
The fact that he created this world, he created human beings, he created heaven and hell, and all among other things. Like,
keep going back to, look, a theist can believe that God exists, right? And not, look, they can believe that God exists and they don't think, right, that there's a heaven and a hell. You realize that, right?
Yeah, belief isn't reality. That's
bro. Like, I don't know how to get
Can I ask you some questions
Can I
really
ask
quick,
him a
brother?
question, Crypt? Are you genuinely a knuckle dragger? Like, this is bad,
Slick has been
dude.
trying to go for a while. Can we let Slick?
Yeah, go ahead, Slick.
Okay, so Crypt, can you define evidence really quickly for us so we know if there was in a case that there was some evidence for God, what could we present for you? What is evidence or proof?
what is evidence, what is proof. Well, that's like an actual
Anything for just
like
what are the definitions?
Like an actual video of actually God actually making Earth, and among other things. Like,
okay,
it's another thing to write it on a piece of paper and say, "Believe me, bro, this is what happened."
Okay, wait.
Basically,
Dude, my God.
Crypt. Oh, just listen to my question again, okay? What
yeah.
do you define as evidence?
just simplicator, not towards God, just in general.
When you
What's
use
the
the
retort by
word,
you simplicator, bro?
bro,
That's the correct word for simplicator. How you're supposed to use it.
Crypt, just when you use the word evidence, what do you mean by that?
Whatever's basically being provided to me in regards to the situation that happened.
That's not clarifying anything.
That was wait. That was the same definition you gave for logically consistent.
You're just saying evidence is correct answers?
Okay. Wait. Okay. So, given that definition for evidence, do you believe that theists employ faith differently than you do as an atheist?
Sorry, repeat that again.
Do you believe that theists, people who believe in God of some kind, do you believe they use faith in a different way than you do as an atheist?
I would say they base it off their own perception and faith. I wouldn't say it's just faith.
Could you rephrase that?
I'm just saying that's like saying that they use their faith in regards to their perceiving to be something that it's not isn't logically consistent
Oh,
in regards.
so you're thinking of God are the gaps. I can't explain this, therefore God.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so are you some form of polymath or like I don't know, quantum mechanics that can like check and or prove or go over the work of people like Einstein and like affirm general
Dude,
relativity,
what
things
the
like
fuck?
gravity?
Wait, Slick, what's the relevance there?
Well, the thing is, he's essentially saying that he's not going to accept anybody's general rhetoric pertaining to any faith. Yet he just defined evidence as anybody's general rhetoric regarding a situation. So if he's just going to take anything somebody says as fact or evidence on a given situation, he obviously affirms things like uh, physicists who've made declarations on how the natural laws function, but he can't prove them. He doesn't fully understand them. He
Oh,
can't
I do
tell any
understand
of.
them because now hang on,
So you know what
you know,
do you know
hang
what
on.
gravity is?
You have yeah, definitely I know what gravity is.
And why? Okay.
That's
Have you
bad.
proved gravity mathematically?
Mathematically, no, but with hang on,
What do
hang
you
on,
use?
hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. But like how it was explained and how the among other things that I can't even think at the top of my head right now that he explained in regards to gravity, it all makes sense because when, like for instance, when the apple dropped from the tree, you know, and I myself can drop an apple and it
Did you
does
know
the
that
same thing.
Newton? Did you know that Newton was a devout Christian?
Yeah.
He
Okay,
wasn't.
so
That's a myth. No, he wasn't. He was a fucking Unitarian.
no. The point is,
No,
does he not? Do you
he
not
was in a
realize
way.
that faith? Do you not realize that science and faith, like or belief or theism, can like be you can have faith in either or in both at the same time. It's not a they're not mutually exclusive.
I
Yeah,
really
I get
think
that, but
like this is just getting away
This is
like
not
this
linear.
original
If you get
opinion.
that, then what is your logical contention with the first mover theory?
the first
I
mover
have
theory.
quite a few conventions, but my
All right,
question
so
for
Well, I'm
me
let's
is
asking
let's
Crypt.
ground ourselves. 10 deep breaths.
Yeah, if you got to do that, you definitely need to see a therapist.
Yeah, and I do.
Listen, Cryptic, you need to take 10 deep
Crypt.
breaths of some marijuana or
Bro.
something because you're real fucking
Yeah.
annoying. And I
There
think
he
the only way
goes. There
that
he
you'd
goes.
become tolerable.
Dude, you're biting so hard. It's
Can
okay.
I just try here?
Do you
Like
know
we're
you're an
getting
insufferable cunt or
Oh, I
age,
don't know, man. Have you looked in the mirror?
age. Okay, look, we're getting away from the point, right? Like we're just talking about like evidence, and we just mean for anything, not just for God, right? When somebody says X happened or X exists, whatever, right? I'm just asking when you use the word evidence, what do you mean by that word? Not as it pertains just particularly to God, because I know that's where you want to go. I just mean in
Something
general.
that's something that
Yeah,
we
say
can
it. Wait, Cryptic, shut up for a second. Say it with.
Implicator.
There we go. All right, answer that.
see.
Okay. So something that you can see
Mhm.
is evidence.
Can you see gravity?
Well, yeah, when you drop an apple and basically it does what it was explained
That's not
by.
seeing gravity. That's seeing the effects of gravity.
so I guess when you show up to a crime scene, there's no
That's
fucking
still
evidence
seeing.
because you didn't see it.
You're still seeing gravity work.
In the same way that somebody believes that they see God working. Like, that doesn't follow.
But yeah, that's
Yeah, so let's not get.
Hang on.
You know what, Getty? I'd like for you to speak with this guy. This seems like a fun conversation. I'll prepare the lethal injection now. While I load it up, just have the conversation.
You definitely acting like a bottom, man. Seriously.
Quick, just fucking answer.
I'm a power
obviously,
man, for the record.
I've been trying to answer you, but like moral over here is like rent free. So
just don't engage with him then. Just look, Crypt. Just don't engage with him. Don't say anything about him. Don't say anything about anyone else. It's hypocritical because everyone else is saying shit about you. Just focus on what I'm saying, okay? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
Dopamine. Did you see how he totally just took charge? Do
I
you
don't
still
like
think
that.
he's repulsive?
I
Do you
don't
still
like.
think he's
Yeah,
repulsive?
yeah. I'm offended.
Did she
that he
really
would
commanded
ever...
the room? Really commanded respect from his peers?
That was really Sigma, in my opinion. I think that makes up.
Yeah, that was so based. Honestly, Getty, you know what? I'm very
I'm
proud
about
of you,
to
Getty.
take Yo's mod because he keeps yapping.
All right, shush ya. All right, Crypt. Are we locked in? Are we focused?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to have a conversation with moral over your kids talking.
All right, so look, evidence is something you can see. You can see the effects of gravity, but you cannot see of gravity itself, right?
No, of course not.
Okay, so how do you?
I want to know what the problem, Crypt, is with people going to therapy.
No, I don't see a problem with people going to therapy. I think people, if they have internalized misogyny or toxic masculinity, like Moral over here keeps exhibiting. I think you should definitely go see a therapist.
Wait,
Accountability.
how does
He's more of a feminist than me.
How does Moral have internalized misogyny?
I
Go
highly
ahead.
doubt that because, like, the fact that he interrupted
Just so you know,
get it. You get pedicures on Tuesdays and Thursdays, bro. Please, like.
Wait, I interrupted a woman, therefore.
Please.
Wait, I interrupted a woman, therefore I hate all women.
No, you're just exhibiting toxic masculinity.
Oh my god! Crypt, what did we talk about engaging with them?
Just being assertive?
Like being assertive, being insulting towards you because you're a dumb fuck. Like what else?
I don't know, man. Like your actions speak louder than words. So
we're on a fucking TikTok live, dumbass. I've not done anything to you.
Cage, this debate is like if philosophy was in like preschool. It's like,
have
you heard
like,
of the
Cryptic,
principle
if you see,
your actions speak louder than your words?
If you see me insulting you as toxic masculinity, I mean, I'll have you know, I was raised by 3 women, and they taught me how to insult you. You're dumbass.
Now you just twisting it to make yourself. Now you're just twisting it to make yourself smarter. That's all you're doing.
Oh, I promise, nobody in this live thinks that I'm smarter than anybody else except you.
Well, clearly.
Cage, me and you should have a debate, but it's in like preschool. Like we take preschool principles.
Yeah, like you can't have this seat. I like the red square.
Yeah. Also, have you heard of the principle of your actions speak louder than your words as an epistemic?
Have you heard of the principle of my daddy said?
Yeah. Appeal to the authority of father.
Appeal to the teacher.
Wait, why did everyone leave?
I mean, hosts.
Wait, why did Cage leave?
He got flagged.
All right, so
I'm back.
Crypt.
Yeah. You're always gonna get getting flagged, man. Like the way you talk.
Crypt.
Hey, Crypt. I'll be so kind to you so long as you don't be stupid. Can we make that mutual agreement?
No, see, you just contradicted yourself.
You're gonna continue being stupid.
You're a contradiction.
Hey, did you guys hear the tear come out of his eye when he laughed there?
So it's a
bro, it's like the
contradiction to
Kawhi
say.
Leonard laugh, bro.
So it's a contradiction to say I won't be mean to you if you don't be stupid.
Yeah, because you should be respectful no matter what.
That's not true. You think you should be respectful no matter what?
Says who?
Yeah, I'm not being disrespectful to you whatsoever, but the fact that you're being consistently... it's not true. I'll take.
You do realize that saying he should go to therapy implies that he has some sort of mental affliction, right?
Why is there so many
Dude,
guys?
Getty, isn't your therapy appointment coming up, dude? Relax.
Not before yours, dude. We go to the same therapist. You should know this,
The egos in here is crazy, like unhinged.
Yeah, the general misogyny.
Zero ego.
Look, I don't know what you get off to, Crip, but I'll make you a wager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll make you a wager. If I hear you engage in good faith like a clever, otherwise rational human being would, I won't insult you. Sound like a plan?
Oh, so you're just a disrespectful cunt. That's it.
Yeah, well, yes, generally speaking, absolutely. Though to those who deserve it, you just happen to deserve it.
Why do I deserve it?
Because you're intentionally evasive, dodgy. You dishonestly answer questions, and that's a stretch because, well, I'm answering your question. That's a stretch because whenever you do answer a question, it's vague, ill-formed, not responsive, and you don't generally have the concepts that are required and or necessary to have a contextual understanding of anything we've talked about thus far, such as context, like theological history or history in general. Further to the point, you have no understanding of evidence standards, philosophy of science, philosophy of religion, or anything furthermore than that. So those reasons are why what you've said has earned or merited you my disrespect on this conversation. Notice I've not insulted your personal life outside of the Scoutmaster Kevin stuff because you adamantly and vehemently insist on talking about Christianity when the topic of conversation has been made clear several times that it's not Christianity, it's theism. So you're either dumb, deaf, or stupid, and I'm willing to bet that that's not a trichotomy and that all three can be true at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on, wipe the slate clean. We're going to hope and pray that you say nothing of idiocy or idiosyncrasies so that we can move forward in the conversation without your unique little sui generis likenesses, and we can move forward with respect and compunction. Does that sound like a plan?
I don't know. If you're calling yourself intellectual using ad homs and personal attacks, you're not a really intellectual person.
Dude, wait, Crip, wait. Do you realize that what Cage did was actually just so rhetorical that I busted in my pants? And you're saying that that wasn't good rhetoric and it was actually fallacious? Can you go ahead and justify? Can you go ahead and justify how I should negate
I
the
think
bust?
I think to trying to make you sound like you're an intellectual person while being insulting at the same time.
I didn't tell you to report on
So
your
basically,
psychology.
you
I told you
couldn't
to
track.
justify why I should negate
So
the
I
goop in my
sound
pants.
smart and I'm disrespectful.
Cage, can I finish my line of questioning?
Yeah, bust a nut. Go ahead.
All right,
Getty,
so Chris.
Getty, you were literally aura farming earlier, and now you're like begging. You're begging for a chance to speak, dude. You gotta lock in. You
I
gotta
need
just
you
ask.
to wait because
Yeah,
we'll
just
go to therapy together next time, okay? Will that make it better?
Okay.
All right. Look, so
My permission.
I never needed it. So, Crypt.
All right, Crypt, I've got some questions for you.
So, look, so you're gonna say that seeing is believing because seeing is reality, right? That's like evidence is seeing, correct?
Oh yeah, evidence needs to be seen.
And so you can't see gravity, but you see the effects of gravity, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so if somebody says that they see the effect of God working on them, and that's all you need to show that God does in fact exist, because like gravity doesn't exist, but you can see the effects of gravity. People can say the effects of God exist, so God exists.
So, but then, hang on. But then you're saying perception is reality, where we all know that perception isn't reality.
Well, no, I'm using your definition of evidence here, where evidence simply means something that I can see.
Oh, well, yeah, because if I can see it clearly of the what has been explained to be factual, and I can do it myself, then it's factual.
Yeah.
But if someone's perception in regards to history, to say that this individual did so in A and B, right? And that's the only evidence that they can provide, and I can't see it, then how can it be,
So, Crypt, you believe that World War II exists, right? It existed as an event in history?
Well, yes, and we have evidence to basically
Hold on,
back
Crypt,
up.
I'm not done. You have personally not seen World War II happen, right?
We have video evidence of it happening, though.
Okay, but you didn't personally.
Yeah, we do.
Hold on,
That's so
guys,
stupid, bro.
please. But you
No,
didn't
I have
personally
not
see
seen
that.
it. No.
So you did not. So how is it evidence if it's something you can't see?
Well, you can't can see because basically there's video evidence showing that it happened.
Okay, so
I
Crypt,
can.
wait,
So
hold
I
on.
can.
Wait. I wanna take that point that you just made, and we can go from there. So video is evidence.
Well, no, that's just one part of it.
Okay, but if it's one part of it, that still makes it evidence.
Well, yes, correct.
Okay, great. So let's go to a different war then that you have an intuition of saying exists, but there's no video evidence of, right? So let's go to Thermopylae 300, right? Do you think that there's any evidence for Thermopylae?
Besides the historical event and books about it, that's about it.
Okay, do you think that those books are evidence?
To one extent of it, yeah.
Okay, so then how do you discern between a historical book recounting the events outside of the Bible, like not the Bible itself, but a historical book writing about what happened during the time of Jesus's time being alive? What's the difference between a book on Thermopylae and a book about what happened during the time of Jesus?
Bro, what the fuck? Get to the point.
I'm asking. I just asked him the question.
He's trying to basically explain to me that
I don't need you to recap. Just quickly answer so we can get the fuck through it.
This is never gonna land.
If this piss Saint off, like I've never. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go on, Crypt. Give your answer.
So, what's the difference between a historical book about Thermopylae and a historical book about Jesus' time?
That it's not logically consistent. It's
There's the big dick right. It's full.
Hang on. The fact that the multitudes of different scenarios and people's perception in regards to what happened is not logically consistent.
Stop saying that. It doesn't mean accurate.
So, Crypt, I need you to answer me this. What do you define as logically consistent again?
He means accurate. He just means accurate.
It has to be accurately explained and accurately looked at.
He means that which is the case. Biologically consistent, he just means accurate or true. That's it.
He just means brute facts.
So how do you discern facts from history, from myths of history?
That the stories match up the same, which they don't.
Okay, but if we have a consistent story about a myth in history, and we have an inconsistent story about a fact of history, how do you discern between the consistent story's myth, or the consistent myth story, and the inconsistent history's fact?
You actually got it right there, Getty. And I'm going to completely take away from him because maybe he'll learn something. I don't know. But if you would expect that two people telling their perception of events, given that they're two different people, they'd obviously give two different stories. You'd expect that. That'd be consistent with what actually is the case. But two people giving from two different people from two different times giving the exact same story, you'd expect that to be fiction. The same way that if you're being interrogated, maybe you and your dumb fuck friends decided to go rob some place, and then you get captured by the police, and the police say, okay, well, what's your story? And each and every single one of you tell the exact same chain of events in the exact same order, in the exact same way that you did it, right? The police are going to be skeptical that that's actually what happened because generally different people give different stories with the same core principles. So no, just because something's not identical to another person's testimony might actually raise the probability that it's likely recounting accurate depiction of their experience, not the opposite way around.
Do you understand what he said, Crypt?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I've explained that to him, and he's just like repeating it back to me.
Wait, Crypt. So look, Crypt. What did he say just now, though?
That the story is always going to be inconsistent because due to like, for example,
you almost said Jesus. Holy Christ,
bro! Just let him talk.
I didn't say Jesus.
All right, continue.
Like, for instance, like the hypothetical, if someone saw a crime scene and he was in the house in comparison to the individual that saw the individual committing the crime outside the house, there's always going to be situations that's going to be explained differently.
Yes. So how do you discern the facts that are, how do you discern the inconsistencies of a true event from the consistency of a told myth? If somebody tells you,
you look at the evidence that's been provided in regards to
your only evidence is the spoken word.
Well, if it's just a spoken, wait, what do you mean by spoken word? As in, like, the evidence, as in the physical, or
It's testimony, like firsthand testimony, like an eyewitness.
You are a cop who has witnessed a hit and run. The only evidence that you have to go off of is personal testimony because the car was towed away for some reason before you got there. So the only thing you have is what people can tell you about what happened. How do you discern these people's stories, which are going to be inconsistent for a multitude of reasons, from what actually happened during the event?
Well, you need to look at you need to look at the time period in regards to their explanation of the victim plus the person that saw the person committing the crime.
You can't see that person.
No. I'm just saying. Oh my God, Slick, you okay, bro? I'm just saying that the stories have to match perfectly in regards to the time, the date, how it happened. Like, if, for instance, if the person that was the victim got hurt in a way, you can see that. You can see the evidence clear as day.
Crypt. I'm telling you. Hang on. You can't see the hurt person right now. All you have to go off of is the testimony. So you're talking about something that's irrelevant.
No. God, okay. See, this is how I'm explaining things. And if you want me to explain it a different way, I'm more happy to.
I need you to not try and explain things. I need you to answer my question.
Oh, well, I'm trying to answer it, but it's
okay.
Not what
so then I'm going to just say this: you're not answering the question. So I'm going to ask it again, and let's see if you can recapitulate your answer. How do you discern personal testimony from personal testimony when all you have is personal testimony?
Well, it has, like I said before, it has to fit with the time period and date and the information provided by the two people.
Yeah.
That's all.
So let's say the time is right. No, let's say that the day is right. Let's say that the times are wrong for everyone. How do you discern personal testimonies to come to some material fact of the situation?
Well, you can't just sit on the table and look at the evidence in regards that's been provided. If it's logically inconsistent in regards to time and date, then you need to go a little bit further in regards to why the dates and times are inconsistent.
How would you do that? Because again, all you have are these you have 5 people that told you 5 different stories about what happened, and it's your job to figure out which of these stories, even if inflated, is the most close to the truth of the situation.
Well, you got to go to the crime scene and, among other things, and
you can't do any of that.
Well, of course you can. What do you mean?
No, I'm telling you, for this situation, you can't do any of that. You only have the corroboration of a vocal testimony. You can't go to the crime scene. You can't talk to the victim. You can't talk to the perpetrator. You can't see any of the cars. You just have the 5 people who have said, this is what we have seen happen.
Well, then you can't really basically come to a conclusion in regards to what actually happened.
Okay, so great. So now we can akin this to when you're reading a book and all that book is saying is a recounting of the situation that happened, right?
Okay. I see what you're trying to do here. I guess I understand where you're coming from.
So do you understand now why a book that recounts Thermopylae and a book that recounts what happened during Jesus' time, under your worldview, is indiscernible in terms of what is or is not mythology versus fact? Because you can have 20.
How long have I been on the panel?
Who's trying to? Who the fuck tried to turn on my camera, bro?
Just shush. You have.
Yeah, Slick. You need to.
How long have I been on the panel?
You have a bunch of books that talk about what happened during Jesus' time that are inconsistent. You have a bunch of books that talk about what happened during Thermopylae that are inconsistent. You somehow come to the intuition to think that Thermopylae happened in the way that you believe it to have happened, but you don't believe that Jesus' time.
But the only thing I disagree with
Why
is
are
the
you
fact
talking
that
about
even
Monopoly?
Oh my god, dude, shut up. What I disagree with is the fact that miracles happened. The only thing I don't disagree with is that the individual was there.
Hold on, Crypt.
Probably.
Remember,
And hang on. Oh my god, dude.
Fuck my ears!
Oh my god. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that the individual could have been nailed on the cross and could have been put in the hole. That's
in the same way. Wait, Crypt, hold on. Let me finish this. Let me land this. Let me land this.
Father.
No. I want to cut it off there so that we can focus on specific points because you are very long-winded.
God was one.
No, not at all. Because basically,
Crypt, let me finish.
Hang on.
Oh, fuck my ears!
Shut up, dude. Oh my god. Emotionally intelligent men, 100%.
Oh, fuck!
Fuck my ears.
Are you sure you guys are like 30 plus? Holy crap.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not 30 plus. What are you talking about, bro?
Look, Crypt, how are you going to discern the fact that you have a book that says at Thermopylae there were 300 men that defended against 100,000 people, and you have another book that says you have 100,000 people defending against 150,000 people, and you have a third book that says we have 1,000 people versus 1,000 people. In the same way that Jesus is, there was a man that was born who performed miracles, crucified, died, rose. How are you discerning these things?
How is Getty still asking questions?
How long ask the same
yo,
question?
Bro, this has been the most circle fit whole argument, and he still hasn't been able to track. Getty, you got to switch it up, gangster.
You have to give up, bro. He's not worth it.
Oh, okay.
No,
Crypt? Is that your name, Crypt? Can I call you Crypt?
No, you can't call me anything because you've been disrespectful. So.
Oh my god, Crypt, what did we talk about ignoring other people?
Well, I can't.
I'm saying Getty's not worth it. Can I call you Crypt?
If you want these guys to keep interrupting you, Getty, and like,
can I call you Crypt?
Look, I am more than capable of defending myself against these fucking dudes. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Can I call you? Can I call you Crypt? If
they're just going to keep interrupting our conversation, then I can't have a conversation with you.
I think I know what the. I know what the.
You know what? If you're not gonna be able to understand,
wait, guys, we cannot talk at once. So I guess it'll be me.
No, I want to finish what I have to say, dude.
Can I call you Crypt?
Talk all at once, all at the same time together.
Look, Crypt, you're not going to understand.
Back all the way to my elbow.
What I'm trying to
be called Crypt?
Zach, please.
Please let you ask the same question again.
I'm not even trying to. You don't even know what I'm about to say. You just make the assumption that you think I'm about to say something.
Yeah, I bet I can tell you.
It's the first coherent question Reddy ever asked.
I bet I could guess with epistemic probability.
How much you want to make a bet?
I'll bet you.
I'll bet you my left nutsack that you're going to ask a question.
Sure. Let's go with it.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Okay,
Crypt.
Pay up.
This guy's got more than one sack?
Pay up.
Crypt. You're not going to understand.
Everybody said that. I bet I
knew
know what you're going to say
epistemic
next.
certainly.
Wait, Cage, 1 second. I need to clear up a bet. Getty said, I know what you're going to say next. And then Getty said, what do you want to bet? And I said, a galaxy. And then he said, okay, sure. And I said, I knew you were going to say that. Pay up.
All right, cool. So, Crypt, you're not going to understand what I'm going to say. So try to, like, go and do something literally other than exist here now, please.
What do you mean by that, dude? Because, like, I'm basically explaining to you.
He means jump off a bridge. He means take your life. He means go into the depths of your soul.
Holy
and
shit.
fucking leap off a cliff.
This fucking conversation is going on for far too fucking long.
We sit through like Getty's interrogation for 20 minutes just to drop this guy. This is like, bro, this is torture.
It wasn't 20.
Getty's interrogation was so pointless.
That conversation was like an iceberg, and I was listening to the Gettysburg Address. Guys,
do you guys think any of what we were saying was productive?
Gettysburg Address?
Do you guys think anything that was said was productive?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, Getty, what's your
Yo, Slurms, bro.
It's blowing that whistle.
Getty, it's not. He's whistling through his teeth.
Zach.
Getty, what's your epistemic probability probability analysis on this?
Yeah, he said evidence, yo.
Yeah, you
He
guys
said
don't like my
evidence is
vocal symbol,
basically
just
whatever
switch
somebody says about a situation.
Who
Nigga,
Who brought him back up?
Why is it?
Which one of you dumb?
Seth, just drop it.
Yes.
Wait, hey,
my
Crip.
boyfriend up here, Slum, brought me back up. If he wants to
Crip,
take accountability.
Why would you sell him out like that?
What did you call him? Slumba?
Yeah, he's a slum, yeah.
That seems mildly homophobic. Anyways, look, I don't know what we're gonna get with you because you have about the memory of a fucking goldfish and the intellectual capacity that of a toddler. So, what do you want to talk about, Cliff? The weather?
I don't know, man.
Video
Based off your
games?
own assumption, do you think that's reality?
Yeah, God's not real.
Do I
I just
think-
don't
do I
fucking
think
believe
God's
in
reality?
God in the same
This
way I
is-
don't believe in a Santa
This is
Claus or the
uppy if
Easter
you never
Bunny.
went to university.
Hey, New York exists. Does that mean Spider-Man exists?
Have you ever seen a banana?
This is
I
uppy
think
if
we
you
should-
never went to university.
We should just let you talk about the weather, gang, or like sports, or maybe you could be derelict.
bro, I
and-
just want him to
Crypto.
explain anything. I just love
Do you-
hearing
do you
his
watch
Seems like
side
Crypto
football?
knows
talk.
a lot about emotionally unstable men. Go ahead.
Crip, do you
Well,
watch football? Do you watch footy?
No, we're not talking about sports. Shut up.
Oh my God, Whitney, you dumb bitch! All right, why don't you go back to training? Jesus Christ! Oh my
Go back to
God!
fucking
Any-
your personal trainer.
Oh my God! Okay, that was misogynistic. All right,
Oh,
holy
Black
shit.
Lib, shut up down there about goldfish. No one cares, nerd.
No one cares. It's the Kiwi accent that always gets me. It's like an off-budget Australian, and they're an off-budget Englishman, and those are
On East,
off-budget
when we
Romans.
flushed a fish down the toilet, asked me, is he going to go to heaven? And I said, there's no way to know what happens to fish when they die, but I do know there is no God.
It's a really easy accent to imitate.
Yo, Crypt, can I call you Crypt?
Is what?
Yeah, you can call me Crypt. What's up?
Yo, Crypt, can you read that last comment that
What's
just
up,
got
big dog?
posted?
We can probe a piece of eulogy.
Yes, anyway, you can call me Crypt. What's up?
What's up, big dog? You ever like teeter on the precipice or no?
What kind of question is that?
I'm saying, like, do you ever just like?
You have a teeter-totter your precipice. On precipice.
Yo, Cage, no.
You can speak louder than words.
I think I need. I think I'll just talk to Greed because like that question was just stupid, man. Honestly,
that was a stupid
That question, Zach. That question was unhinged.
You said you're gonna talk to who?
Giddy.
Giddy. He says like
he's very
Americans
excited.
say
He's
giddy. He's giddy.
Yeah, I care about evidence that you can see, not faith.
Bro has faith in scholars.
Slurms, if I see you sucking a dick, does that make you gay?
Jesus Christ, what kind of shit is that?
Don't you see a therapist?
Okay, Jim in the comments, Crypt wants to ask, Can he give an
Actions
argument
speak
for
louder than words, Getty. Suck it for me.
any of his positions? He's very curious that if you have arguments for any of your beliefs.
Wait, what? Who?
You.
Just Jim in the comments
Wait,
asks, can he give
Stop
an
burping
argument?
in the mic, motherfucker.
Who is that?
Sorry,
Jim,
Doug. I mean, people
if
need
Jim wants
something
to
to do
unmute
with
himself
you.
and have a chat, then I'm more than happy to have a chat with Jim. But
Well, I don't know if you can tell. That was just sort of a yes or no. Like, yes, you can give an argument, or no, you can't.
Jim is showering. He can't talk.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't
He's
talk.
peeing through the cracks of his fingernails.
How's he talking in the shower though?
But Jim, how are you talking in the shower?
I was
Like,
just taking pictures and videos to send
Yeah.
to people.
He's gonna send it to
I've
all of
asked
us.
you to stop.
Are you gonna send Wit nudes?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, Getty, that's
He's
just
so
you,
jealous,
bro.
Look, that's I'm not trying to step on your toes, Getty. So
Crip, can you prove that you're not a trivialist?
a trivialist? Can you explain what that is? I don't know what that is.
A trivialist is somebody who believes that all
Can we not do
problems-
this? I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's Crip. That's gonna be trivial.
Hey, Crip.
What do you want, Slick?
Can you prove that you
That's
exist?
mildly racist.
It's not
If
racist.
only somebody had said that opinion polls are.
A racist person would say that it's not racist.
Yeah, well, it was not racist to
I'm gonna
say
keep-
something
I'm gonna
like,
keep
you know,
that joke
well, these
until it's not funny
fucking
anymore.
Asian
It's
people.
so funny.
Literally brain rot, dude. 100%.
Right?
Wait, so you're saying it's brain rot to call out somebody for
Correct.
not making fun of a minority group when they're not?
Hang on.
Do you guys
just
have
want-
my
can I-
cool?
I just
Do you
want
guys
an
have my
answer.
picture? It's
Wait,
Crip
Crip,
Nard.
I just want an answer to my
How am I
question.
racist? Explain that
Because
to
you
me.
wouldn't
Crip,
answer.
no, don't.
You
God.
wouldn't answer the African American's question. That's so
I
fucking
didn't know
rude.
yeah, but I didn't know his nationality. So again, you do. I didn't. So
His nationality?
You're
His nationality? His nationality. That's what you didn't know? His nationality?
yeah, his culture.
But did you know your nationality is not your ethnicity? Fucking moron.
Well, you're just equivocating.
Did you know that his ethnicity would indicate his culture, or sorry, his race?
Yeah,
Not
I didn't
his
know
nationality?
I didn't know his race or anything like that. You did. I didn't.
Well, did you know that race is dictated by the size of your skull?
Jesus Christ, yeah, I believe. Jeez, man, do you just throw out big? Okay, that wasn't very logically consistent, Crypt. That was very not logically consistent.
I can tell how immature you guys are. 100%.
Is there something wrong with making
immature.
jokes? Why are you this holier than thou, fucking white horse mounted,
Why are you
fucking
holier
high
than
horse,
thou?
fucking soapbox,
Yeah,
virtue
fucking-
signaling ass motherfucker that's like,
I don't know,
you only
man,
there
like, because
oh,
you guys
yeah,
call
yeah.
yourself intellectually intelligent, but you're like,
Can I finish my rhetoric?
you're literally drifting.
Guys, you fucking culture vulture.
Yeah, we're a little unhinged.
Look, I mean,
Yeah, well,
We need to see
At
your
least we're not
fabrication.
stupid.
I just want to point out, right, that like this entire time.
She's still here.
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, Crypt, we let women finish.
I don't know if you do, but we do.
I
Yeah,
just want to
you
point
don't.
out that
Zach, it was a callback because he said that to us earlier about women.
I think it's been a very long time you've allowed any woman to finish, Slum.
That's a good one.
true,
Go ahead,
'cause
Zach.
He's gay.
Wait, say what you wanted. I muted Cage and I dropped him.
I appreciate it. Look, I just want to point out that a good chunk of the reason why nobody's taking this seriously anymore, right, is because of your inability to track the conversation and comprehend what's being said here. Because I've attempted, right, to show you that this line of reasoning that you have doesn't then present evidence for why you think God doesn't exist. It just doesn't. And we've all attempted to do that. And it seems like you're stuck in this kind of script that you have whenever you're confronted with a theist, specifically a Christian. And we're capable of having, you know, pretty serious conversations, but you just don't seem to track. I don't think you want to track. I don't think that's something you want to understand. So that's why everybody here is clowning on you. I'll throw that out there.
An incredibly boring and long-winded explanation that everybody with social context and clues can pick up on.
See, Cage is so mean to me because he likes me. I've already said that. So.
Anyhow, now we're on to what you're going to do with that information, Crypt. Are you going to level up or are you just going to let it slip? Because you got one shot, one moment, one opportunity.
All right, Eminem.
I think I should talk to like Wit more than you, honestly.
I think that'd be perfect suffering for you. I'd appreciate that.
No, not at all, because like the only suffering I get from you is brain rot, 100%.
You think you get? You think you're the one getting brainwatted? You think that you're the one?
Bro, we must have been watching the brain development, Moral. We've been watching it in real time, bro.
Wait, out of the two of us, Crypt, you think that? You think that?
You slick, give me the vibe of.
I'm pretty sure this is the most education you've received all your life, Crypt.
Bro, if me and Moral were sharing a brain cell this entire life, we would still have made more intellectual points than you have this entire time you've been up here.
I don't know, man.
Intellectual points.
For yourself intellectually, you're being insulting all the time. So.
Crypt.
I promise you.
Define intellect. Define intellectual.
Crypt, how's it feel to lose?
Everybody look
Crypt, you lost. How does it feel to lose?
Yeah, we just pissed in your chair.
Which one's Getty? Wait, hang on. I gotta look.
I'm not even bothered by you.
I can't see my phone, Zach. What's he doing? Who's Getty?
He's got the Giga Chad filter on.
Well, hang on. Hang on. Let me. I can't see my phone. Hang on.
Hey, Crypt, how's it feel to lose?
I just gotta pull over the Uber.
We just ate your lunch. How's it feel to lose?
Crypt, I just pulled down your pants.
Wait, Getty, hang on. Hold the bit. I gotta look at the phone. Hang on. Just hang on.
Can you hurry the fuck up, Slurms?
Yeah, just hang on a second, Getty.
If anybody doesn't know that Slurms is looking at his phone right now,
Crypt, you lost. How does it feel to lose?
Who's dropping it?
God. Who dropped it? That's funny.
Crypt, how's it feel to lose?
I just don't get it.
So
I can't.
Crypt, do you have any beliefs or any positions that you do want to defend?
No, I believe body count doesn't matter.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Crypt's philosophy is don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay, well, why do you?
Good reasons.
Why do you think body count doesn't matter? Give us the reason.
Because at the end of the day, it's oh my god.
Because at the end of the day, the day will end.
I'm about to answer you, but all these guys are so emotional.
Okay, they can't stop. It's okay. Go ahead.
By the way, Crypt, Wit's trans, so you're not going to get away with it.
Wit is in fact transgender.
Go ahead.
That's it. I'm not going to New York. No way, no sir. No.
Go ahead.
Because at the end of the day, that's body count is just a number.
And age is just a number too. Anyways,
that's what I always say.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to do like the 18 dating a 30-year-old.
No. Age is just a number.
Yeah, and prison's just a place, right?
No, Crip, you can't criticize like other beliefs like Islam because
I met the love of my life at Warped Tour in 2006.
So what is an adult? Since everyone has their own interpretation.
No.
Oh, I have a good answer for you. Here, I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. Like, I'm gonna give you some head right now. You're gonna bust a nut. Watch this. An adult is a person for whom of which has the capacity to reason over abstract concepts with immense attention to detail.
Okay, so since the basically they are not fully developed in regards to the age of 18, unless it's a woman from the 24.6 to 20.9, which is usually closer to women. On average, both of them on 25, unless it's neurodivergent.
I think I'll skip over this. I think there are some 30-year-olds or 50-year-olds that are not adults. I think there's plenty of those. I think you're not an adult.
What if people
Isn't the age of consent for Australia 17?
Guys, what if women over 22 don't unlock my emotions?
That's true, Tom Jump. That's a Tom Jump inference rule.
Crypt. What is the age of consent law age for Australia? Because isn't it not like 17?
Yeah, that's a goated reference.
No. It's 18 consent. Unless it's a 16-year-old dating an 18-year-old, then it's different.
I don't know. I've seen some evidence against that fact.
Have you actually seen the evidence with your eyes, Kitty?
What evidence have you seen in Australia in regards to consent?
The evidence must be seen, not heard.
Just like women.
Looking it up.
Women should be seen, not heard.
Damn straight.
You won't be able to have a conversation with me when it comes to moral slums over here. Like, they're emotionally unstable.
Thank you, Jay.
I hate my bitch ex-wife.
Oh, the age of consent is...
It's 16 dating a 18-year-old, but when
I
I
was at the appliance store today, and the guy said, "Do you want to buy a dishwasher?" And I said, "Dishwasher? I got one of those at home."
No, my babysitter's dead.
Yeah.
I said, "It's my goddamn wife."
I don't think we're gonna get anywhere.
What do you call...
I think Crypt is just
What do you call
terrified.
hustling a nut in your wife?
It's my goddamn wife.
Guys, I think that Crypt is trying to hit on Wit, and that's why he's doing all this virtue signaling.
No, not at all.
That's
no,
right.
No, I
Fucking my dishwasher.
I don't need to hit on Wit because I already have a partner. But anyway, but anyway.
Wait. Hold on, Jim. What are you saying?
Is that getting you jealous, Scotty?
Yes, very.
Some of the, okay.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, look. Yeah, I don't really think we're gonna get anywhere here, Crypt. I think we're just
not with these two guys constantly interrupting.
Yeah, he's just now by the way reached this conclusion.
Yo, you
After
really
like 2
have to
hours, he's
stop
just reached
riding
it.
like a rodeo, brother.
No, listen. The previous 3.5 hours were very productive, but at this point, with all the interruptions, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere.
After all these jokes and interruptions and shenanigans, now it's become unproductive.
Look, in all fairness, we did get him to change his position from Jesus never existed.
No, we didn't.
He's probably
Jim, he's gonna go to the next live.
Go back on it immediately.
He's gonna go to the next live and completely forget all of this.
What I'm conceding is when these guys the three guys don't interrupt, which I'll bet any money they will 100%.
Wait, what? What happened?
You all right? Interrupt what?
There we go. Yeah, $100 bucks in the back of my pocket instantly.
They make the money and then we interrupted. He just did it on
He made the comment and then he did the funny thing.
They could have predicted this.
He was literally, that's like his life jacket. He was reaching, grasping for anything besides an answer to the question.
Kind of just proving my
Holy
point,
shit.
actually. Like, you guys are emotionally unstable. But cheers, thank you.
I believe that.
The minimum age at which a person can legally
guys just let him
is 16 in most jurisdictions, for the record.
Just let him.
You're still talking about pedophilia?
Yeah, Giddy, stop talking about mine. Just let him fucking speak, you creepazoid.
All right, go ahead, Krebs. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I'm basically conceding the fact that there could have been an individual that could have been Jesus, but I'm not conceding the fact that he did all these miracles that everyone claims.
Right, that means, yeah.
No shit! Hold on.
You guys stop.
You understand that the mythicist position, right? Because this is a position from a very minority view, is that not even the person, like all the person, like that was made up, and there's different theories, like it was made up by like the Roman state to control like a population. Like they have these like very fringe view. That's what mythicism is. So like at the beginning when you said you don't believe that Jesus existed at all, right? It seemed as if though you were stating that view that like not even like the historical figure existed.
No. I was stating the fact. Oh my god! Yeah. I'm going to be basically a millionaire at this point.
I just shit in your pants.
So,
why are we dropping it? That's hilarious.
basically, what I was trying to state is that the individual, like I said before, just a few minutes ago, is that yes, he could have been a person, been nailed to a cross and put in that hole per se, but I don't believe he came back. I don't believe he came back to life or.
Okay, that's fine. Like I understand. Like so, you.
And that's. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. You go. You go.
It's okay. You're just saying, right, that like the person existed. You just don't attribute what the scripture says about him. Correct?
Yeah, it feels like it's been hyper. I guess.
You're saying yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I understand you feel it's exaggerated and that people deified him and that wasn't correct or whatever. I'm not empathizing.
I can't hear you when these other guys are talking over you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I disagree with you on that position, but I'm not gonna like attempt to make that a conversation because nobody wants that. So
here, I'll say why she won't, because you're absolutely incapable of understanding anything beyond a fourth grading read level. That's
I just think you're an emotionally unstable man, and that's kind of just facts. Like your actions.
I don't know why you emphasized man there. That is my gender identity. That's true.
I don't know. There's a lot of men that are just this is a bit toxic masculinity, and you're one of them.
You don't think you have toxic masculinity?
Is not toxic masculinity. Although I am toxically masculine, that's not.
Go virtue signal somewhere else, bro.
A lot of toxic.
Go virtue signal somewhere else, bro.
Just boot him.
I don't know. I think men should be held accountable.
I don't know.
Sounds like you don't want to be held accountable.
I don't know. Yeah, bro.
Okay, you don't want to be held accountable. So I should be okay. Well, so in this conversation, we both insulted each other and demeaned each other, and you've actually prompted me to go seek mental health counseling in a way that would deem that as negative. I don't know why. So are we both toxically masculine then?
No, I'm basically been trying to hold you accountable for your actions, and you don't want to be held accountable for your actions. You just want to exhibit toxic masculinity.
That's going to be dodge number one.
And everyone's just supporting it.
Well, that's not answering the question. So I mean, you understand.
Support again.
So I've been.
You get a gown like a valedictorian.
So I've been toxically masculine by insulting you and demeaning you, for which you've done to me as well. So then we're both exhibiting this behavior, all right? Which means we're both toxically masculine. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, I'll definitely hold accountability in saying I'm not an intellectual person because I have been insulting you. Because
I agree.
We all agree with that.
I've been matching your energy, but other than that,
well, that's not even controversial.
True. You can never match.
It's just trivial, actually.
It's not true because you don't want to be held accountable, which that's fine.
Well, what are you holding me accountable? Yes, I've been absolutely disrespectful to you. That's true. Anybody in the world could read this conversation on text and see that that's true. Is that what you want to hear? Because everybody got that. You got that. That was the point of me doing it.
Do you want me to pull a hangnail back all the way to my elbow? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
You want me to catch this sand?
Yeah, when you spit it in
my
mouth.
Teeth?
Do you want me to pin you down on the ground and do a spit yo-yo right over?
I think we should just all take a moment to just appreciate the fact that we're here today.
What? I think you should just jump off a fucking bridge, bud.
I don't think that's very kind of you. Just trying to say something nice.
Well,
and you're going to tell me to jump off a bridge.
Crypt, I think like the general consensus here is that none of them really want to have an actual conversation and they just want to hang out. So maybe it's best if you come back tomorrow.
She's saying you're not in the in-group. Fuck off.
Maybe not.
That's what she's saying.
Crypt, you gotta just go develop your grasp on the English language a bit more. Learn the definition of words, and then by the time you get back, you should.
I'm in a state of confusion caused by nouns.
I don't really should be taking any advice from a person that endlessly.
Yo, Crips, I will put you in compliance.
Okay, so maybe, you just come back at a later time when people want to have discussions.
Or not.
Yeah, sure, not a problem. Thank you for letting me up anyway. Have a lovely day.
Uh-huh.
Bye. Love you.
Night.
Yeah, get the fuck
Lovely
out.
night.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. I hope he never has kids. That fucking waste of
So
human
nice.
flesh.
Yo, regression to the mean is gonna cook his children, bro.
So, guys, what's going on?
Yeah, what's your argument
Well,
for God?
How we all doing, guys?
Great.
My argument for God
Yeah, we're
is
fucking fine. All right, Seb?
submit to
We're all
Rome.
Yeah,
fucking
Seb. Yeah,
good.
Seb. We're all fucking great. All right, Seb. My Slurms is cancer. Right here, right now, has been shot.
Paige, let's talk
because
about
of
your
his terrible
toxic
rhymes.
masculinity.
And
That's
somebody
not
just came up
logically
and whipped out the
consistent,
Browning
but
9mm pistol. Just fucking pew 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 on Zach's body.
Let's talk about how you're a total asshole. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Slurms has
that's not
cancer.
I'd
logically
rather.
Zach got
consistent,
shot.
I'd
What are we talking
rather
about here?
do. I'd rather go to Sunday
I'd
school.
rather do this and that because my name's Cage.
I'd rather do this than that.
Hello?
Slurms.
Yeah, hello.
What?
Huh?
What you talking about?
Well, I don't know what this bit
I think you need
is.
therapy. I think you need to go to therapy.
Okay.
Think
Oh,
about
right.
I can't believe Zach inherited the slave whistle technique. Like Zach,
I've heard too much
you know
of
why a lot of people do that? It's because when back in the day when you had
They
them
want
fucking
slaves. Yeah.
you know, they needed to round them up in some way, and these people only understood sounds.
To me,
so.
maybe no one knows Slick. Slick, are you a theist or are you an atheist or an agnostic?
We all know
Get right down to
Slick.
business.
I was about to say.
We all know Slick, first of all. That was rude.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know Slick.
No.
We all have known Slick. We all have known Slick for a while. Okay, I went to fucking high school with this guy.
Everyone here knows Slick.
Like Slick, me and you, we went to high school, right? We played football together.
Oh, he says Christ is
JV
king.
or
Hey,
varsity?
look, we
Oh, we
get it.
played
You guys
varsity,
are
but we
like
were
the
awesome shit.
funniest people on the planet.
Wait, can you
Slick.
shut the fuck up? I'm trying to rekindle with my old friend.
Oh wow.
We're reminiscing right now.
You don't have epistemic
You're not
access
involved.
to that, but go ahead.
It's epistemic. It's epistemic.
Slurms, I have a joke for you.
Wait, I gotta correct your pronunciation. It's epistemic.
Oh, epistemic, whatever.
Yo, Slurms, I have a joke for you. And guess what? I tried to tell this whole panel earlier, and they muted me when I was halfway through it.
I remember doing that.
I don't get it.
Like, okay, are you a theist or an atheist?
What's up,
I thought Zach was going to tell me a joke.
Oh, I don't think now's the time.
Wait, you
Well,
too.
also, we all know Slick is a theist.
Okay, great. So, are you a
It sounded like
theist?
he was busting one.
Well, I feel bad 'cause
Yeah.
it says Christ is king in his bio, so it feels kind of like cheating. And I've always had this kind of mentality where well, me and my friends would say this. Teachers taught us this, but I kind of found that as life kind of progresses and as
Holy shit, Zach! I love you, but please.
starts to unfold.
Just shut the fuck
all these
up.
moving pieces kind of
Zach.
kind of start clicking together and
disrespectfully,
and the cogs start turning. And, they're kind of oiled up, and you finally kind of feel like this machine is kind of like cranking, and you feel like you're hitting momentum. And you finally feel like all the stuff you've been doing and building towards is starting to matter and culminate, and all those investments you made are kind of starting to like bear fruit. Kind of like as all that's coming to in a full swing, I like to keep this at the forefront of my mind when I'm trying to understand like how to approach life and how to work hard is this. I usually like to say, and again, my teacher would say this, and even my friend said this to me, and as soon as he did it, I was kind of like, there was this moment of like, whoa, like goosebumps, like whoa, it's all clicking, and
oh my God.
and it's all making sense, but we kind of have this idea that when you're cheating, you're really only kind of cheating yourself.
Right.
Okay, great, thank you.
But it felt like cheating because Christ is king is in his bio.
It was, yeah, that was cheating. So,
and I've always had this kind of mentality.
all right, it's never gonna stop. I can't win this one. I can't. You're just rage baiting me. I can't do it.
Slurms, did you hate that?
I hated every second
I
of
liked
it.
it.
I liked it too.
Yeah,
I didn't like it very much.
Similar before. I can't recall what you were saying, but
Yeah, it was kind of in the same vein of that, where I would just kind of ask a question and it would never go anywhere.
I like the Obama joke better.
Oh yeah, I am gay. I have AIDS. I am new in town. I am homeless.
That's not it.
The new girl
That's
in town, she wears these clothes. The new girl in town.
Don't do that.
Slurms, did you get that joke? That
You
Sam
don't
Rossi
like
joke I think
Hairspray?
earlier.
I'm sorry.
Wait, Slurms, can we watch Hairspray because you're a little fruity?
I've never been. Devin's a fan of Hairspray.
Yeah,
I'm not much of a fan.
Did you get that Sam Rossi joke I said earlier about the appliance store? Slurms?
Look, I want to let the woman finish speaking. I don't know.
Slurms letting a woman finish.
Whatever, you sold out, bro.
Oh, Slurms is fucked up. Why did you do that to her homeboy?
Like, do you
Crack
want to
one for
give
the dead
us like
homies.
reasons as to why you believe God exists?
You just finished telling the other guy that we're not in the mood to debate, then you insist on being this impetulant pain in the ass.
Tracking error number 1. She said we're not in the mood to debate him.
Oh!
Oh!
Stupid
That's
bitch.
not true. Run
All
the
the
tape
ladies
back.
in the club, let me see your chest.
How does it feel loose?
Oh, great. Now we have 2 useless kitchen appliances.
I think I'm just tired
Summer.
from all of you right now. Okay.
I have ADHD and my medicine wore off. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, I have plenty.
You let your medicine wear up, you fucking dumbass.
Wait! You can't be sick of us this close to the trip.
No,
You're so
I'm not
fucked.
sick of you. I'm not. It's fine. I'm
You're
good.
so cooked. It's like a week. You're
Let me tell
so
you the longer
fucked.
version of
Yeah,
It's
but
like
I also
literally
don't
less than
think
10
that like
days.
that when we're around each other, it's just gonna be like we're gonna be able to like actually hear each other. There's not gonna be a lot of like shit happening.
You think we're not going to cut each other off?
Version of that joke.
Look, it's
not
not our
gonna be as
fault. You
bad.
have Kansas Wi-Fi, all right?
Okay,
Also,
well, I don't
Getty,
know
did
why
you get
Getty
that
is
address I
talking.
sent you for the
For the
Airbnb?
Kansas cake?
Gettysburg Address.
Wait, Slurms, why'd you ask for my fucking shirt size?
No reason.
Oh my god! I swear to God. Okay, look. I don't.
What?
Nothing.
Wait, did he
Like,
also ask you for your shirt
no,
size?
he
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
Which
And we
makes
all
me
know it's
suspicious.
XL.
Wow.
Specifically a men's XL. Go ahead.
I almost spit out my fucking Coke, you asshole.
That's really nice.
She's so big. Oh, so I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's funny at all.
That's because you have a shit sense of humor.
No, it's because I was muted.
Zach, if somebody dissected your brain and was able to map
I
out
don't think I will go to New York.
everything that
Yeah,
was
let's
going
drop
on,
you back down to the comments, buddy.
Wait, Getty, what? Wait, Getty, why is it every time this man tries to speak to me? Go ahead. Getty? Hello? Can you hear me?
What?
I think he's trying to communicate with me. I knew it.
What?
Ask me your question, dumb fuck.
Oh. If they were able to map your brain, all the activity that goes on, what do you think is the one fucking thing that would show up the most?
Oh my gosh, you asked the
what did you
dumbest
ask?
question.
It's not the answer. The answer will be just as ridiculous. The answer
It's so
will be
fucking
just as
stupid that you ask these questions.
Yo, this is like when your girl asks you if would you love me if I was a worm.
Yeah, you ask me that level of you ask those level of fucking. Would you love me if I was a worm?
Yo, Getty, would you rather have $100,000 right now, or $1 That's multiplied
What
by half
currency?
every day for 30 days.
Yeah, he's
Wait, what
asking
currency?
like he's asking questions like, "Would you still love me if I was a worm?"
Good joke, Slurms. Top notch.
Wait, what currency? 100K and what currency?
The most valuable one in the world right now.
Kuwait dollar.
Okay,
Huh?
the Kuwait dollar, KWD.
Huh?
Nothing, Zach. Your broke ass wouldn't get it. Fucking broke bitch.
What, Getty, which one did you
I'm
choose?
taking the dollar doubling every day.
Yeah, you're a dumbass. That's not even what he said. He
Yeah,
said
I hear
multiplies by
now is
half
a
every
really
day.
good time to invest
Yeah,
in
Getty
Bitcoin.
said Getty wants no money at the end of 30 days. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
The dollar's multiplied by half every day.
I thought
Getty,
you
you
said
get
double.
like $32.05
I know because you're
or
a bad
something.
listener. You think if they mapped out your brain, they'd find out what makes you mentally subhuman?
I think whatever they found would be akin to what's in yours.
Getty, I think that's incredibly ableist of you. I honestly don't appreciate that kind of rhetoric in my circle of friends. Do you mind issuing a public apology or perhaps maybe, commenting on
The gang ain't multi-syllable. My bro got all
Listen, Cage, if I ever managed to muster up wanting to apologize to anyone, it was not going to be by your hand.
Is it going to be to Wit when you apologize for maybe not opening her car door later this week for her date together?
Yeah,
I think mustard has a musty color. I'll put you and your brother in the onion cutter. And since my shit don't jam when your buddy Smuckers, I forget what he says.
Are you taking off? Are you taking that off
That's
that one
Drake,
rhyme?
by the way.
Yeah, that's Drake. That's Drake.
Yeah. And since I stay with a toaster, my shit won't jam.
All right, go ahead, Cage.
No,
Okay,
it's
go
fine.
ahead,
It's fine.
Cage.
Zach, do you think just because I'm black or mixed, I have a better chance at rapping than you?
No, but that's only because I've sent you things that I've written and things that I've rapped, and you've said that you would do that to me, and you've never done it.
What? I sent it first, you piece of shit.
No.
Yeah, I sent the first thing, and then you were like, yo, let me send this one.
No, you said, do you think that you could do this like what Joyner Lucas does on this one track?
Yeah, backwards.
Yeah, but you never sent me one.
What? Yes, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. I sent you Joyner's script. Yeah, my bad. I thought I did send you something because I took and copy and pasted Joyner's script and ended up needing to replace it.
So, but
I
you
never
finished
did.
what you wanted to write, right? And you're going to send it to me now?
No, I never wrote anything. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Cage, freestyle right now.
I don't do
Freestyle
freestyles.
King, I'm gonna do
Sorry,
my
bro.
thing. Married to the game, I'ma need a ring.
guy's
Run up
a
on
fake
me,
I'm not a
that
battle
chopper sing.
rapper.
Brand new
This
bitch
guy's
is a
a
brand new
fake black
team.
guy.
Broke up with my bitch, now she's my side bitch. Text me on my
Fuck
sidekick.
you, Wit.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
fuck you, Whitney.
It's like a dyke bitch.
Fuck you, Slurms.
Well, what did Slurms do? What did he get?
Funny. Wait, you know that's funny. Don't
Yeah,
pretend
it's
it's not
funny.
funny because
You're
you're
not
mad.
funny. You're a big mean person.
Oh my god.
And you're not?
Oh no, we're not doing
You're
that
just
again.
jealous of it.
You shut the
You're
fuck
just
up.
jealous of
Then.
me.
God, you know.
Slurms,
Always
if you
know
keep
the wrong
talking,
thing
I'm
to
going to suck
say.
your dick.
Getty,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
never
You're
speak
just
to
really
Wit
jealous
again.
of me because I'm what you want to be, and you're just
Working
admitting
in
it
when you
because you
say
say
these mean
really
things
mean
because they're too
things.
easy to see. You're really just a big meanie. Big
Wait,
meanie.
what's wrong? Is this period still going on? This is like the longest period.
You know that Grace is like on the. I'm not going to say this out loud. That's not public information.
Whitney?
All I'm going to say is that the Yiddies are there, boys.
Matter.
Nothing.
What's the matter with you?
Slurms, make me big.
No, shut up.
Okay, I will. I want to see that. Hang on.
What's the matter with this guy?
That's just AI. That's not real.
That's just AI slop. That's what that is.
I would still take that over you, Getty, any day.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, hey guys, it's Kylo KG.
Oh, Getty, that laugh.
What?
Now I want to side with the KG gang on that one.
Yeah, what's funny about Kylo being in the building? He's more welcome than you, Getty.
Oh!
Oh no, my feelings are so
Kylo's my ex-president.
Jokes and spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti.
What the fuck?
You're just really jealous of me because of
what you want to be, so you just like an idiot.
Saying really mean things. Look, so what we've established here today is
Oh my
Wit's
God,
beliefs
jump
are
off
wrong.
a cliff.
Wow. I was actually saying nice things about you too, you hateful bitch.
Speaking
No,
of
you
jumping
weren't.
off a cliff, Wit,
Oh,
if
now
you
she
want to
speaks
jump
up.
off the Empire State Building with me, I think I know a base jumping guy.
Sure don't want to do that.
Damn.
What crazy question is that? This bitch is
Yo,
crazy.
that's the first shit she says off mic, bro. What the fuck?
How insane!
Hey, that's the whitest shit I've ever heard you say, Summer. Base jumping off the fucking Empire State Building? Are you insane?
Is that really a thing?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't.
It is a thing, but the fact that Summer wants to wear an airplane costume while she does it is just distasteful.
Jim, is that a thing? Do they do
I
that?
want to yell Amelia Earhart as I smash into the ground because I forget to pull my parachute.
Summer, how tall are you? You seem like
funny.
a real short person.
It's funny because she's a bad pilot, and that's why she disappeared. What a stupid woman!
Jim.
Oh my god,
What'd you
Jim's
ask,
fucking
Kate?
busy.
Oh, there
I
he is.
said, how
Do
tall are you?
people
Like
hold
5'8",
on?
5'7"?
Shut up, Kate.
Wait, I asked my question first.
No,
You dumb whore.
no,
Shut
no,
up.
no. Look, Jim, do people
I hope
really
fucking
jump
AR
off?
cheats on you.
Okay. Do people really jump off the Empire State Building? Is that like a thing?
No.
I've seen shows about it.
What about all the people that
No.
jumped off during 9/11?
I mean, that was pretty sick.
That wasn't the Empire State Building.
What?
That wasn't the Empire State Building. Okay.
You're telling me there's other buildings that big?
What was the height difference?
Yo, Slurms, you're an idiot.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think I've ever heard of anybody doing that. So
Yeah, I mean, like maybe it's been done with like permits, like for a show or something, but people don't typically base jump off buildings in New York City.
He's considering it,
Imagine
though.
you're just like commuting to work and there's people just jumping off these buildings. It's
That
crazy.
shit would be great.
Well, people do
okay,
that in New
yeah.
York City
Even
every
if that
day.
was an option, Summer, I'm not base jumping. So
Okay.
Are you sure I
What
can't just
what they
fucking
do
push you off
have-
the side?
What they do have is like they do have some buildings where you go to the top and they put you on a harness and you could stand like open air and kind of it leans you over the edge.
no, thank
So
you.
you'd be like hanging out.
They call it edging.
Yeah, no thanks.
God damn it, Major, please.
There is also this big balcony called the Edge.
Oh my god, Kylo's here?
Yeah,
and, in the middle of it, like there's a portion of the floor that's glass and it overhangs into the city, so you can be standing and look straight down.
Okay, well, I mean, I might do that, but I'm not leaning over a fucking edge.
Oh, I can't wait to jump on the glass when Whitney's there and just be like, "Hey, Whit, watch this."
You guys think that? You guys think that the
and then
person
we
who
throw her down onto the
do you
ground.
do you guys think the person that built that box came onto the construction site at night and just shot loads off the side of it?
What?
Ropey loads.
You have some real mental health problems.
Whatever the case,
You should see a
whatever the
therapist,
case,
Zach.
whatever the case, he didn't remain logically consistent. That's clear.
That's true.
Seeing as,
I just
seeing
think that
as-
the wind and the descent would just make it like spider web out into fractaling, crystalline structures.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, since we're going to be in New York City, I bet we'll see Spider-Man. Am I right?
Oh my god, guys, the AI summary is a group is having a heated debate about their relationship.
I never fucked Wayne. I never fucked Drake.
All my
Never
life, man.
fucked Wayne, I never fucked Drake. All my
And if
life,
I
man.
did,
Fuck
I'd menage with
six.
him, let him eat my ass like a cupcake.
I am eating cupcakes.
Whoa. You let him what, Zach?
What is
I
all this
said,
hooting and hollering?
but if I did, I'd menage with him and let him eat my ass like a cupcake.
And menage in French means what, Zach?
I don't know. What's the relevance? I just know that a menage, it means
What's the
threesome.
relevance relations here? R
Yeah,
word?
it's
It means a
Minaj
threesome.
because her name is Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Menage a trois, a sex with two. Is that what
Got
it means?
muted. She's actually, it's supposed to be mélange, which means mix.
No.
Wow, that's
Whatever.
fascinating.
Catalina wine mixer.
The Catalina wine mixer. Oh, hi. I'm that guy. I
Wow,
built
I'm
it.
Cage and I fucking know French.
Ow, ow, ow,
You
spicy
know what,
pepper.
Whitney? Just because you can't.
Shut up,
Ow,
bitch.
ow, spicy pepper.
Let Cage back up.
I will.
Bro, if the chat had gifs and Wit could just like have a hammer gif when she said shut up there and kicked him, it would have been so perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would have been a sick dub.
Yep. Yes.
This is true information. Guys, sometimes I want to put sand in my mouth and then grind it.
This is so stupid.
Sometimes I want to put a handful of teeth into my mouth. Yeah, wait. Do you guys know how geese chew?
Where is
You
Cage?
motherfuckers.
I don't know.
I'm at work and I forgot to lower the volume, so the car I was dealing with was hearing you fuckers talk about ropey loads.
Now you look so gay.
Yo,
They heard it too because I could see the fucking reaction on their face.
Slurms.
Yeah. Huh?
Slurms. Do
Yeah.
you know how geese chew?
No.
They eat food and then they swallow small pebbles to grind up the food that's in their throat. It's true. Look it up.
What idiots. Why don't they just get teeth?
I know. I get teeth mostly from this one lady.
Yes, Court. These fuckers were talking about ropey loads.
Question is going to come up. If you're constructing a glass box,
Ropey loads?
I'm just going to wonder if you shot ropey loads off of it when you were constructing it. Perhaps the wind would even dry it out almost instantly, and it would kind of just become like a dust-like thing. Oh.
Why the fuck are you guys talking about ropey loads?
Ropey loads?
Ropey loads?
Wait, look, like... okay, I've had a few too many drinks, and I came in to stop talking about ropey loads, and then Slurms just started screaming what I put in the comments. I'm so confused.
Whenever I see a girl's ear, ropey lobes, am I right?
Ropey lobes? L-O-B-E-S?
Ropey
lobes?
Oh. What the fuck?
Me when I stay in a hotel that gives complimentary bathroom attire. Ropey robes.
Oh my god.
Ropey robes.
What? Puerto Rico! What are you talking about?
Yo, Paichi's doing this bit that I love.
Excuse me, Saint.
It's a bit.
Yeah.
I thought it's just how hardcore dude said, "What's up?"
Nah. What it is.
This is what it is.
I wonder how he feels about Aztecs.
How does he feel?
In the pouring rain.
Oh my gosh.
In misery.
Hey, yo, Tony, where'd you get that fresh pepperoni? Your toppings are ill, but your cheese is holy. Only order one slice when you feel lonely, because the sausage tastes like stale bologna. Still better than nothing. You're feeling all right. You know my girl eats a pizza with a diet Sprite. Order garlic knots, and she'll stay tonight. Getting crazy with the spinach when my pot is white. And France they eat pizza like, and then the fromage est frais, with the chemin and the jus, and then the butcher, but the cheese, but I'm gonna, I can't do the French. I can't do the French
That was
part
the
because I
coolest
can't.
thing I've ever heard Slurm say.
I can't speak French.
That was the second coolest things I've ever. I love Slurms.
Bruh, that was legit.
That was totally legit, ass.
Can anything buy this, Getty? But literally kill you.
No, Court, your turn.
Hell no.
I'll give you a beat.
No, the rest you're gonna get is Fergie.
Huh?
Are you trying to mimic?
Wait, can I do samples in the background of your beat?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, you go. I know you're tired of loving with nobody to love. Nobody just find somebody. Don't live in this party with nobody to love.
Holy fuck.
Who's this fucking DJ, dude?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, I just shit your pants.
Damn, pants.
97.2.1. The load.
What if
the load? Coming into a dryer near you. Ah, my pants! My pants!
Oh my god.
Could you two shut the fuck up?
Ropey low. I'm trying to help people. All I hear in the fucking background is
Dixie 2.1, the Ice Cube.
we take it all night long?
Okay, stop, please.
69.420, the radio station for dudes.
Stop entertainment.
Mambo number 5.
That sounded like
Non-stop Cupid shuffle to the left.
Holy
It'd be a lot funnier if I was fucking drunk.
Do your dance.
It's be a lot funnier tomorrow night. Not fucking
68.1, because 69 with the
91.5.
Get a wizard money bag. You love casting spells.
67.67, the goon. You goon, we provide the tunes.
Huh?
6, 7.
Well, you know, Court, not your best, but I thank you for contributing.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Wait, Court's like Evil Knievel, okay? Court gets paid for the attempt. Okay?
Somebody I knew, or somebody I know, was wearing a fucking hot dog costume and he was doing the 6-7 thing. Posted it to TikTok, and Oscar Mayer liked it.
Whoa, that's crazy. The Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, hot dog.
Hot dog.
I swear to God, I'm gonna shit my fucking pants. The fucking Oscar Mayer TikTok like this French comment. Oh my God.
The fuck is all this?
I hate when Slurms is all boring like this. I wish he would act crazy.
I swear to God,
You want to see crazy? Pulls out a fucking shotgun.
Hey, well, you
Okay,
can't say
Q-Top,
that.
calm down.
Yeah, we gotta back up.
Bro said Q-Top.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Wait, you guys saw the Q-Top
You can
thing,
back like
right?
15 minutes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Who's this guy?
Hope he's not black.
Half? Wait. 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 Wait.
I know you're
Wait.
tired.
I'm fucking jumping you.
I was at the appliance store today.
What are you shopping for?
I was just browsing, but the guy said, "You want to buy a dishwasher?" And I said, "Dishwasher? I got one of those at home. My goddamn wife. I'm fucking my dishwasher."
How fucking bored are you guys?
Are you dishwasher sexual?
Yeah, I'm fucking my Samsung Smart Dry dishwasher.
I've never been able to use a dishwasher.
Well, oftentimes they don't like them.
out.
Yeah. The bad thing about being married to a dishwasher is that thing can't cook for shit.
Well, it's only because I'm Hispanic and my mom had it full of like plastic shit.
Ah, so you like diseases under plates, huh? I'm just kidding. I want to see something.
It's the best sex I've ever had, though.
Shut the fuck up.
Mind blowing sex.
Like philosophy of mind, or just
He's
like
talking
regular
about
mind?
fucking a dishwasher.
Philosophy of mind blowing sex.
Does it really make you question your primitive commitments on your views?
Does it really make you question your
You know what, Whitney?
Wait.
You know what?
An act of terror.
I swear to God,
Yeah,
Whit, I had the most evil idea. I was gonna put yellow fucking Lorax mustache hair dye in your fucking conditioner. All right.
Came along.
Keep saying shit like that, KG.
And
You're
she
gonna really have something to worry about.
And everything you
What makes you think I don't just use Dawn dish soap?
yellow. Yo, Slurm, so this guy
What?
this guy moves into a neighborhood.
Hello?
Hey. And he
Oh,
goes
hey,
to
this
meet
is
his neighbor.
Slurms.
And his neighbor's like, "What do you do?" And the guy's like, I debate logic on TikTok." And the guy's like, "Logic, what's that?" And he goes, "Well, I can just deduce a lot of things about a person from very little information. Like, for example, do you have a lawnmower?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, well, you have a lawnmower, so you probably have a lawn, so you probably own a house, so you probably have a wife, so you're probably straight." And the guy's like, "Wow, that's crazy." He's like, "Yeah, that's logic. That's deduction. I deduced that. I just inferred it from the information you gave me." And then so that his neighbor goes to the bar later and he's telling him about this guy, and he goes, "I met this guy, Slurms. He debates logic on TikTok." And the guy goes, "Well, logic, what's that?" And he goes, "Well, let me ask you this. Do you have a lawnmower?" And the guy's like, "No." And he's like, "Then you're fucking gay."
I don't know what I was expecting at the end of that joke.
Wait a
That's
minute.
one of those-
Wait a minute. Case, you've never heard me say the joke?
Yeah.
I thought this was
God
gonna be
damn
a.
it. I like
thought
mine
this was
so
gonna be a
much
good one.
better.
Have you heard the skiing joke, Cage?
Oh my god.
No.
Court probably hasn't heard the skiing joke.
Do the
I
skiing
haven't heard the
joke. It's
scheme
my
joke. I want
favorite
to hear the
joke.
scheme joke.
Oh, it's my favorite
Corey's
joke.
Corey, you've been
Yeah, like-
venturing out of abortion talk a lot recently. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away. Well, not
So-
get away, but move into new spaces on TikTok. Applied ethics talk is really boring.
Yeah, I've been seeing you a lot more on the theist panels, like in the comments.
Yeah, I've been a comment section warrior for a couple of days.
Long time listener, first time caller.
That's right.
Nah, so the skiing joke, and keep in mind this is kind of a joke about skiing, so like it'd be better if there were visuals, but just imagine skiing. So this is a joke about skiing. Well, these three guys, they're gonna go on a skiing trip, because it's about skiing, and so they go snow skiing. They go to this snow ski resort, and but they're kind of like booked at last minute, so there's only one room, and to make matters even worse, in this one room.
Wait, by snow skiing, do you mean like sniffing coke?
Huh?
Oh,
But to make matters worse, in the one room, there's only one bed, so they're gonna have to sleep on the same bed when they're on their ski trip.
What's the joke about again?
But it's about skiing. So
Okay.
they go to sleep because they
Snow
get their kind of
skiing?
snow
You know
skiing.
what, Summer?
So the snow skiing, not water skiing, snow skiing. So, but they get there kind of late, so it's too late to go skiing.
But not sniffing coke, right?
Not coke. Yeah, no, not coke. It's about skiing.
Well, now it's just unclear on what they're doing.
Yeah, now you're good. Now the joke is ruined.
They get there kind of late, but so they have to go to bed. And then in the middle of the night, the guy on the right side wakes up and he goes, "Holy shit! I just had the most vivid, visceral dream of my life that I was getting a hand job. Like I could just feel it in my dreams that I was getting a hand job." And the guy on the left goes, he wakes up and he says, "Well, it's funny you should say that because I also had a dream that I was getting just the most delightful hand job." And this is a joke about skiing. And then the middle guy says, "It's funny that both of you should say that because I did not have a dream about getting a hand job. I was fully awake and giving both of you guys hand jobs. Also, I am gay," which is funny. "Also,
You have a lawnmower?
you are both children, which makes me a pedophile in this. And also, my name is Barack Obama." Oh, and she left the app. And then she,
The
and he goes-
funniest part of that joke is when you said, "Oh, that was funny."
and which is funny, yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah. And then he says,
But by the way, guys, you should be laughing now. That was funny.
which is funny.
The dumbest joke I've ever heard.
You guys interrupted the joke too
Yeah,
many
well,
times.
yeah, you guys interrupted the timing and then act like it's my fault. And I thought my jokes were bad.
That's a good joke.
So were the kids sniffing coke?
No, the kids were getting jerked off by the pedophile in the bed.
Yeah, their kids were getting jerked off by pedophile Obama.
Oh.
Hey, yo, keep
Whoa,
it
whoa, whoa,
going.
whoa, 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 whoa! You
Y'all
can't
just
say
trying
that.
to get it.
You can't say that.
Well,
I don't know about you guys, but I laughed. Very good joke, by the way.
thank you.
Good joke, good joke.
Yo, Court, can I ask you? This is a good faith question.
Feel like this is going to be a bad faith question, but I'll answer it.
Why are you so retarded? I'm just kidding.
Hello?
No, what's the funniest clean joke that you know?
I can't think of one. I'm not good at being put on the spot.
Okay, well, like examples like I got a friend of mine lives in an igloo and I got him a housewarming gift and now he's homeless. Like that.
You melted his igloo?
That's the premise.
Jesus, what a shitty friend.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think I know a lot of clean jokes, to be honest.
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh.
Did somebody?
Somebody who went.
I don't know, Zach. I don't know how clean this is, but one of my favorite Stephen Wright jokes. I have two very rare photographs. One is a picture of Houdini locking his keys up in his car. The other is a rare photograph of Norman Rockwell beating up a child.
What the
hell?
Anyone who invites Getty back is losing their mind.
Why am I getting booted?
In no possible world would I ever allow Cage to be dropped for you. Fuck off.
That's crazy.
So man? The fuck?
Still a better choice.
Hey, Diva.
Who the what?
Hey, man.
Who are you?
On me. Do
Who are
you
you?
have a joke?
Do you have a joke, man?
I got one. I got kind of an. It's not really a joke. It's kind of like an observational thing. So why do they call it an oven when you in the cold food, but you out hot eat the food?
You heard me put it. I don't know. Why do they? Wait, man doesn't get it. Yo, you know that one joke? Why would an interrupting cow even knock? Why is that even a knock joke?
If you were going to shoot a mime, would you use a silencer?
Guys, why do they call it an oven when you out eat the food?
Why do you call it an oven when you in 271,000 and you oh.
Okay, so there's this guy. He's walking in a park, and he sees his buddy. He thinks he's his buddy sitting on a bench, but as he turns, he sees he's got a giant pumpkin for a head. He's like, "Holy fuck!" He's like, "Is that Zach? Is that you?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Yo, what happened? What happened with the head?" He goes, yeah. Well, it really sucks." So I was walking alone a little earlier in this very park, and I found a lamp. So I rubbed it, and a genie came out, and then the other guy's like, "My God!" And then what happened next? He says, "Well, the genie says he's going to give me he grant 3 wishes. They can be anything." And so the other guy's, "Yeah, well, what happened?" He says, "Well, for the first wish, I asked for all of the money, and I asked for like I don't know, $100 trillion, and poof, I got this notification about my checking accounts. They'd all been filled with money, and I just suddenly had all the money in the world. I could spend it on my wildest dreams. Like I've already ordered a bunch of stuff. Like I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This genie, I tell you, he's the real deal." He goes, "Yeah, well, what happened next?" He says, "For the second wish, I asked, I'm a lonely guy. I asked for a beautiful wife, somebody who just gets me to my soul and, totally understands me in a way that I've never been understood before, and somebody who I understand in a way that I've just never understood anybody else before, and we just, complete each other, like the most romantic possible way you can think of." And then poof, her name's Claudia. She actually just went high. I gave her the keys to the house. She just went home. I have Claudia now. It's like I've known her my whole life. I can't imagine a world without her." And the other guy's kind of getting impatient. He's like, yeah, but what happened? What happened with the head? He's like, "Wait, what?" He says, "The pumpkin. You got a giant pumpkin for a head. Like that's what happened with that." And he goes, "Oh yeah. Well, that's where I really blew it. For the third wish, I asked for a giant pumpkin head."
Can we fucking drop him? That was stupid fucking shit. What? I heard the beginning, I left, and I came back, the joke was still going on, and that was the fucking punchline.
Yo, so Seb was walking to the bar to meet up with his friends, and he saw this woman tied up on the train tracks. And so anyway, he gets to the bar with his friends, and they say, "Hey, why are you late? We've been here for 40 minutes." And he goes, "Guys, well, I was on the way here, and you're never gonna believe it. I saw this woman tied up on the train tracks, and I untied her, and we had the best sex I've ever had in my life." And I go, "Nice. Did you get any head?" And Seb goes, "No, I couldn't find it anywhere." She was dead, Seb.
What? Wait, but were they doing coke though?
Were we skiing?
Snow skiing?
I guess perhaps.
Did I at least find a pumpkin to replace her head with?
Yo, bye, cheese.
Wait. But was she of age?
Was he of age? Slurms, read pie cheese joke.
Good thing we have gravity or on birds.
We're a fun hospital.
Seb, so there's two guys. They go out drinking at the bar.
No.
Did you drop him? That's not good. That's not good at all.
So there's two guys, right? They go out drinking. They're buddies. They go to the bar. They go to the bar to get drunk together, and they get really drunk, and one of them's like, fuck, I really blew it tonight. I told my wife I wasn't gonna get this drunk. Told her I was just gonna have a few drinks, and I got a DUI, last year, and she doesn't like it when I'm driving drunk and all that. I'm in a real pickle, man. And his buddy says, dude, relax. Like, look. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he's so drunk he throws up on his shirt. So he's got throw up all over his shirt. Now he's like, fuck, now she's gonna know. She's really gonna know how drunk I am. That was an important part. So his friend says, it's no problem. Look, you just calm down. Tell her that I, being the drunken buffoon of a friend that I am, threw up on your shirt. That's my throw up. And I felt so bad that I gave you $10 to get the shirt clean. And as proof, I'm going to put this $10 bill right in your shirt pocket here on the clean side. There's no vomit on the side of the shirt. He goes, oh my God, you're a genius. So later that night, he comes home all proud of himself, all proud of his plan. He barges in the door and says, honey, I'm home. And she comes out all excited to see her lovely husband, her faithful who wouldn't lie. He says, oh, honey. But then she stops it dead in her tracks as she notices all the vomit all over his shirt. And suddenly her face just turns to a scornful, just like, ugh. She's like, I can't believe you would get that drunk. You told me you wouldn't get that drunk. You told me you weren't going to drive drunk anymore. And then he cuts her off. He says, no, baby, listen to me. I didn't get drunk. It was, I was out with what was the friend's name? Zach. I was out with Zach. Zach got drunk. He threw up on my shirt. And in fact, he felt so bad about the fact that he threw up on my shirt. He put a $10 bill in my pocket to get the shirt clean. I got $10 in his pocket from the vomit. And so he reaches, she reaches in his pocket because she thinks he's full of shit, right? Then she pulls out cash and she looks at it. She goes, well, honey, there's $20 in here. And he says, oh, yeah, you shit my pants too.
How does it feel to lose?
I'm gonna leave.
Well, bro said I'm gonna leave.
I don't have anything else better to do.
Yo,
this
Court.
is good comedy.
Did I already tell the one about the pumpkin head?
Yo, Court.
Yo.
Slurms has pooped in every state.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. Ouch! There you go, Slurms.
I'm not a racist, but I do have some racial hangups. For instance, if an Indian calls, oh fuck, fuck!
What?
Wait, Court, spill the tea on your last live. You dropped for a good reason. You missed everything.
I plead the fifth.
You don't have to.
No, like somebody I just don't like joined to the panel, and I just didn't want to deal with it, so I left.
Good thing we have gravity, or when birds died, they'd stay right up there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That would be really freaky. Imagine like a whole bunch of dead birds just floating in the sky.
Yeah, they're just rotting.
Yeah, it'd just be really fucking scary, actually.
And actually, without gravity, they kind of keep some of their velocity from if they were flying, so they'd just be like zooming corpses.
It would look pretty cool to see a bunch of bird skeletons just sitting up there, though.
Coming from the guy who draws bird skeletons all day.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'd be really freaked out.
Call up them Blue Jays.
Yo, Slurms. Oh.
Slurms, can you tell my favorite joke
yo,
about the
Slurms.
pumpkin?
Hey, yo, Slurms. I have a joke that's only for Slurms. Slurms is the only one that gets me.
I think that whole joke, the whole bird joke, is hunters would all be confused at the end. But I like it better without that part.
Yeah.
If the birds didn't fall to the ground and instead stayed up in the air, maybe hunters could climb to get them instead of killing, their other birds. I think that would be really good, actually.
True.
W veganism.
Yeah, W veganism.
Lemonade.
Hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni.
I'm trying to examine you.
Slurms. Wait, oh. I have a joke only for you. It's very short.
Okay.
Okay. You know like electric toothbrushes?
Yeah.
Well, recently I got a nuclear toothbrush. That's right. It's new and clear. I had to replace my old clear toothbrush. Okay, that's okay. Swing and a miss. Okay.
Zach.
Yes. I'll end my life if you hurt my feelings.
Oh, you didn't hear the laugh? I was laughing at your joke.
I didn't hear it.
Hey, Seb. Seb specifically. Oh, thank you, Seb. Did you know pigeons die when they have sex?
Wait, is that true?
I know the punchline.
I'll fall for it.
Well, the one I fucked did.
W. Bro, I had a crap. What's it called? Say, bro, I had a life-altering experience for sure.
Oh, I get it.
I just don't get it.
Couldn't think
I
of
get it,
the
I get
word
it.
I wanted to say.
I get it.
How about you come
Yo, I
over
was listening
here?
to.
How about you come over here and give me some coffee?
Damien, there's a man. He's out on vacation with his family, and he's checking into a hotel, and the man discreetly says to the woman behind the desk, he says, "Look, I'm here on vacation with my family. All right, my kids are going to be in the room. Can you just make sure that the porn channel is disabled?" And she says, "Sir, we only have regular porn."
Hey, yo.
Wheelchairs need love too.
Vegetable.
Seb hasn't kicked me yet, so I'm going to keep going.
I don't know if he's even here anymore. Red
He
bar
is.
muted.
He's pretending.
Hey Damien. A dog
No,
walks into a telegram office, and he tells the clerk. The clerk says, "What's your message?" And he tells him, "Bark, bark, 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 bark." And if that's the right amount of barks, and then the clerk's typing this up, and he says, "Well, sir, I see you've got 9 barks here. If you wanted, I could add a 10th. I got one more bark. There wouldn't be any extra cost." And the dog kind of looks at him confused and says, "Well, that wouldn't make any sense."
Slurms, can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
Dog walks into a telegram's office.
Okay.
And he,
He's not supposed to be there. What hijinks?
I don't know.
Okay, good night, culositos. Adios.
Good night, Zach.
Bye, Zach.
Hasta luego.
What's going on tonight, folks?
Damien.
Wow.